I want a best of Timo, and I like building decks. I like to coach. We're doing coaching. I'm coaching someone to chase the best of Jinx this weekend in Sydney. I like our chances, or their chances. And I'm also coaching someone on best of Ivern for a upcoming regional in North America. If you guys want to chase the best of, I would love to help you. It's so much fun. The Ivern deck is cooking. The Jinx deck, I think we've got really nicely built. We're just trying to work out at the moment how the heck can we beat Aurora. Well, this deck can beat Aurora thanks to Cardmarket, the channel sponsor as well. Kha'Zix. We played quite a lot of Kha'Zix already. This is like the third stream on it. I really like just trying to like master these decks. I'm pretty sure this leader is super legit. I think it's really strong. Super competitively viable. I think it's going to be really cheap as well. We'll take a look at the final price when we build it now. I always like, whenever I'm deck building in any card game, starting with a clean slate. I will delete the deck, start again. It's kind of my jam. It's how I like to know that I've optimized the deck and that we're on to a winner. Kha'Zix, Void Reaver. When you win a combat game, 1 XP, you can spend an XP to buff a unit, spend 2 XP to move an exhausted friendly unit from a battlefield to its base. This deck has tools to beat everything, including, very importantly, Aurora. Like right now, before Aurora gets banned, because I do still think it's going to get banned, it's important to have answers to Aurora, and this deck has an abundance of those. We can perhaps start off there. Sabotage, obviously, good card. And then there's this Investigator. Now, we need to talk about this. This is why we're kind of starting again. This card should, in theory, be the anti-Aurora card of Dreams alongside Sabotage. It is a card that can discard the Aurora that cannot be sabotaged itself, which is important. Obviously, Sabotage is in every Aurora deck times 3. They're going to try and sabotage your Sabotage so you can't sabotage their Aurora. But the Insightful Investigator can be hit by Mind Splitter, of course, but it's very expensive, double D ramp. But you can look at your opponent's hand for free, which is good, because you know if it's time to sabotage or not, right? You look at your opponent's hand. Oh, no Aurora. I guess I'll hold my Sabotage. But ideally, you're going to have 2 XP available to discard that card from the hand. Now, the problem is, the XP generation in Riftbound is pretty terrible. This is the only good XP deck, I think. And we don't really use XP that much. This card is still in the deck, by the way. It's so good across the board. Like, it's just a brilliant, brilliant card. But it should also be good into Aurora. The problem is, we need to think about it quite a lot. You gain XP in this deck by winning a combat. And Kha'Zix, the champion unit, gains XP, but it needs to be in a combat. Guess what? You ain't having any combat before your opponent plays their Aurora. So you need to find another way of generating XP. Let's look at all the XP generation cards in the game. Scryer's Bloom. This is a really good option. This card's fantastic. It's probably my favorite card of Unleashed overall. I think it's tremendous. Love it. It's particularly good in an XP deck, right? It's good in the Aurora decks as well because of consistency. I think it's going to be good in a lot of purple decks because of consistency. But it's particularly good in this one because it's consistency, but it's also, very importantly, XP. Now, the other thing that's really good about the card in this deck, it works well if you are playing a deck which struggles for card draw and you want to use your Traveling Merchants as pseudo card draw, right? If I've got 0 cards in hand, the Traveling Merchant will just draw me 1 card, right? I discard 1. Okay, I can't do that, but I still draw 1. So this card has a lot of nice synergy if you're trying to utilize the Traveling Merchant as a card draw engine, which we are doing in this deck, because you dump it down, you wait until your hand's empty, move with the Traveling Merchant, then you draw off the Scryer's Bloom afterwards. Bam, jobs are good, right? Lots of consistency. It's kind of like a more stacked decks. It's very comparable to stacked deck in many ways. And I mean, a card that's similar to stacked deck, that's how you know it's a real card, right? That's how you know it's going to be good. Here's the rest of the problem. How else do we actually generate XP? Well, I made a big mistake. Imagine reading the cards. Couldn't be me, mate. Because at first I was like, yeah, Grim Resolve, not that high up on it. It's quite good. It's like a bad punch verse that generates XP. It is one of the best XP generation cards in the game. But what made me change my opinion on it, and let me be clear, this card is good. But what really sold me on, like, okay, I'm absolutely going to play 3 of these. It's like, well, against Aurora, I just play Grim Resolve out of combat, right? I gain 2 XP, and then I can use that 2 XP to discard their Aurora with the Investigator. Jobs are good un. Imagine reading the card. Give a friendly unit plus 3 might this turn, and when it wins a combat this turn, gain 2 XP, which honestly makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more balanced as a card. What that means, though, is I actually need in this deck, a deck which is trying to beat Aurora every single flipping time. I don't want to go lose game 1 against Aurora and then they just high roll the living daylights out of me. Like, if your opponent draws 2 Auroras, you might actually struggle still against it, right? Because we're trying to discard the Aurora before it comes down. Well, guess what? If they draw 2, I'm going to need 2 Sabotages. Or I'm going to need a Sabotage and Insightful Investigator. Really doable as long as I actually have XP to discard with this card, right? I'm just asking for a bit of trouble otherwise. Now, Grim Resolve is still a good card. We're still going to be playing it. But it's not the card I thought it was yesterday. Now, Blood Rose. Somebody actually just mentioned it in my YouTube comments. When you play a unit, you may pay 1 energy to gain 1 XP. You can spend 3 XP to ready a unit. Well, suddenly, we've got another XP generation tool that does not require combat, and it is actually a really good way of spending XP later down the line. There's also a nice synergy in this deck with readying cards, right? Like, we played First Mate already, but we can ready the Traveling Merchant, we can ready the Treasure Hunter, we can ready the Kha'Zix Chosen Champion, we can ready like the movement thingamajiggamabobber. I think it might be Blood Rose, which I actually didn't... See, this is why I like deleting the deck and starting again. Genuinely, I did not think I was going to put this card into my deck when I started this stream 5 minutes ago. This is why I like starting from scratch. A lot of these cards suck, right? We played Mr. Root before. I've got to be honest, I think this card is absolutely rubbish, sadly. If we were to put this card in our deck right now, it would basically be me saying, I want a XP generation card for the Aurora matchup, but I'm going to put it in a card which is really bad against Aurora. They can gust this. Moreover, they can play the Flurry of Blades. They can use the Misfortune signature spell, pay 1 power. It's gonzo. I don't gain a point, right? You need points against Aurora, right? Otherwise, before you know it, they're going to be at 12 and they're just going to be playing dragons from flipping hand, mate. Nobody wants that. I don't like Mr. Root. I actually think it's a cool card. It's one of the better XP generation cards. The thing is with Kha'Zix, what we actually don't need is we actually don't need that much XP. I honestly feel like we have plenty of XP. The thing I'm just concerned about is that I don't have enough XP against Aurora early enough with this card now. That's what we're looking to fix. And not only do we... If I just put XP generation in the deck, what happens is I just end up with lots of XP and nothing really to spend it on. Like, I can spend a bit of XP each turn with my legend, but I'm going to spend 2 XP max per turn. And sometimes I'd rather just spend 1 XP, right? In a lot of situations. So, Mr. Root I don't really like. Stare down. Choose a friendly unit and a battlefield. Move all enemy units at that battlefield with less might than the chosen unit to base gain 1 XP. Well, it does literally nothing against Aurora. Sounds bad. Crowd favourite. He's not my favourite, mate. I'll tell you that much. Terrible. Someone suggested this card, and this is like an example of everything wrong with what you might try and do in an XP deck. It's play this card. This card is terrible. It's so bad. What? No. This card is actually hideous. It should not cost a power to play. The XP cards in general are very understated, right? Meanwhile, you could play... Right, let me just say, chat, right? Here's a good example. Just in case you think I'm wrong, right? Look at this card. 4 energy, 4 might, deflect, broken ability. Look at this card. 3 energy, but 1 power, 4 might. Accelerate and ganking when I move, gain 1 XP. Would you rather have this in your deck? Or would you rather have this in your deck? Right? We all know the answer. We all flipping know the answer, mate. It's not close. So, we have to be careful on that. Hunter's Machete? No. 1 XP? No. Half Newt? No. Master Yi? Definitely not. Conscription? No. Kha'Zix? No. This thing? No. This is no. Okay, so basically we all agree it's Blood Rose. How many do we play? It's definitely not a card you want many copies of, right? Maybe 2. But it could be okay. I kind of like Blood Rose. What's kind of interesting with like Blood Rose and Squire's Bloom is imagine like we could play Jace in this deck. Obviously we can't. It's not the right colours. But Jace works nicely with these. Jace is definitely a card to be keeping an eye on moving forwards. I think that's busted. I think we still play some Grim Resolve as well, by the way, for what it's worth. And maybe you play like a third of these in your sideboard, just because it's like good XP generation specifically against the Aurora players, right? 3 would be too many, like, in a normal world, right? Like, realistically, this is the kind of card which should be a one-of, but we're mainly playing it because it can gain XP and it actually gives us an interesting way of spending it. Like, this is a very powerful way of spending XP, to be honest. So I'm kind of into it. So we're going to be playing that. Now, we can go to the actual deck, right? Stack deck. Yes. Gus is going to be a main deck card. We are trying to beat, of course, Aurora, but we're also wanting to beat LeBlanc, and Gus is really good against LeBlanc. We're going to be playing 3 copies of Punch first. Abso-flippin'-lutely we are. No doubt about that. Then we need to look at our 2 drops, right? We certainly do. We need to be looking at Traveling Merchant, it's our main card draw, Treasure Hunter, and of course, if you're playing both of these, you're also going to be playing the wonderful Tide Turner probably. And in this deck, I mean, we're playing orange, so no surprises. Let me search by units, variant, standard. First mate, auto-include card, right? Now, the other thing that's interesting in this deck is the 2-drop situation, because not playing Tide Turner with these other cards feels a bit rotten, but maybe Blood Rose can sort of like replace the job of the Tide Turner, right? Which is moving the Treasure Hunter, moving the Traveling Merchant. You can also do that with your Legend ability, right? Move an exhausted friendly unit from a base to battlefield. So Tide Turner feels like it's a card which belongs in this deck. Having said that, is we do have access to the extremely powerful Irresistible Faith Oak. When I move to a battlefield, you may move an enemy unit to that battlefield. It's kind of like a charm on a body. It's pretty damn good. Now, what else do we have in this deck? We can go take a look at the list that I had yesterday just to make sure we haven't forgotten anything. Obviously, you can play like Akshan in the sideboard if you want to take more for Aurora. That's reasonable. To be honest, I just want to win game 1 against Aurora. Rengar could be nice as a one-of in particular, right? Hard to argue with that. Let's just take a quick look at the list that we were actually playing yesterday. Oh, the signature spell, obviously, is kind of the best thing about this deck. No doubt we're playing 3 copies of Void Assault. So we're already at 41, we're slightly over. And that makes sense because we've brought in 3 copies of or 2 copies of Blood Rose. I think it's unwise to play more than 2, to be fair. I don't think we should bring in more than 2. We could play a 3rd on the sideboard, and then we have to just decide one other card to trim. I think it's Grim Resolve, honestly. The fact that this doesn't give me the XP to answer Aurora really puts me off it. Do you really think Aurora is getting banned when they just printed Eldragon? Yes, absolutely. Nice one, Elector. Do non-combat showdowns count? Nope, it has to be combat. Clues in the name. Yeah, Sabotage is a great card. Isn't Mr. Root like the best pick for aggression and XP gain against Aurora? Yeah, arguably, Mr. Root could be a good option. I really don't like the card, though. The thing is like, the thing with Mr. Root, it's like, it gains us XP, and then I just don't actually have a good way of spending it. Like, yes, it gains me the XP, again, for the Insightful Investigator, specifically against Aurora. In every other matchup, I seem to have enough XP. That's why I'm quite interested in Blood Rose, right? It probably just gives us XP, potentially, and a way of spending XP. I don't really like the card that much, but yeah, Mr. Root is the other option. But I tested Mr. Root a lot. It was in our original builds. I don't like the card. I really don't like the card. I really, really don't like the card. I do think it's cool. Maybe actually I don't dislike the card. I just don't like the card in the deck as it is right now. We don't have like enough to spend the XP on. Whereas like what the Blood Rose does is it kind of fixes 2 things at once. It generates XP and gives us a way of spending it, right? That's why I'm quite interested in this card, more so. Like, do I want to play a Mr. Root on turn 1? Or do I want to play a Treasure Hunter or a Traveling Merchant or an Irresistible Faith Oak, right? I'm not really sure I want to play the Mr. Root. Also, when I was playing this card, I had Purple Seals, which made the Accelerate feel a lot better, right? I don't have that anymore. It performed badly. Also, if we're saying this is the best card against Aurora, well, it literally moves into the battlefield. They go Flurry of Blades and we don't score. That's not good against Aurora, right? Yes, I gained 2 XP, but is that really the best we can do against Aurora? I'm not so sure that it is, right? Honestly, I'm tempted not even to play Grim Resolve and just max out the Blood Rose, and we just try to discard them. I think I'm going to do that. And basically, this is like me pre-sideboarding. I'm pre-sideboarding. How is this deck beating Yi? Well, we'll have to find out. We've got Punch first. The Void Assault is unbelievably good. But we'll have to find out. We need to test more. We're basically starting off with being able to beat LeBlanc and Aurora. Those are sort of like the 2 dons of the format, right? And then we're basically pre-sideboarding. So our sideboard is going to be lots of generically good stuff, which we would otherwise play if we don't go for Blood Rose and Gust in the main deck, right? So, like, for example, we could play Rengar. Let's put 1 Rengar on the sideboard. I'm open to suggestions here on the sideboard chat. Let me know what you think I should be putting in. Titan I would love to get in the deck, to be completely honest with you. I think the card's tremendous. There's like this Nidalee card, is she called? Nidalee, is it a she? This card's kind of interesting, sort of comparable to Kaiser for a bit of extra card draw. We could just put like one-offs on the sideboard that we want to test a bit. Ezreal's kind of interesting. If you've got an empty hand, it draws you 2. Yeah, Challenge. Hard to argue with Challenge in a deck, right? Having said that, we don't have many big units, right? Repulse, yeah, maybe. Akshan, maybe, for example, right? Could be a good option in the sideboard. It's hard to argue with that idea as well. I still want to build this dragon deck. It sounds like fun. Akshan is like good against Aurora, but also good elsewhere, right? So if we need to tech for Aurora more, he's a good option. But he's like, probably we don't. I would say like what we really want on our sideboard is just generically good stuff, so I can take out the Gusts and Blood Rose. Kiana, I don't really like. I really like Tide Turner, to be honest. I think Tide Turner is so good in this deck. I think Tide Turner is just a brilliant, brilliant card. And it could just be like more combat tricks as well, like Existential Dreads. I think also probably more, what's it called? Oh, we don't even have it in the main deck at the moment. I do still like the spell that generates XP. I think it's good. I don't know why it's not showing up. I do like the spell that generates XP. I think it's a good card. It just puts me off that I can't play it in Aurora. Also, like, Switcheroo is really good in this deck, right? With, like, Traveling Merchant, Treasure Hunter. It's really strong. But, like, kind of what I want to do with the sideboard, mainly, I don't want to play Akshan. I don't think we need it. Is I kind of just want, like, Grim Resolve, Tide Turner. They can just come in for Blood Rose Gust. It's like a concept of just generically good stuff. I'm sure there might be a few more tech cards we want on the sideboard. Generally speaking, though, my strategy is to tech the main deck and then, like, basically you're pre-sideboarding and then you just bring in the good stuff. I will say also, by the way, something that's really easy to underestimate how good it is at the moment is Nocturne, because we have Stack Deck and Bloom already. Star-Crossed. All you have to do is put in Nocturne and Candlelit and you're off to a winner. Having said that, the battlefields we have available are really good. This sideboard is like super rough, right, to be fair. I don't think I want the Nidalee. I do think that Star-Crossed is good. Also, it's probably like 2 Tide Turners. 3 would be too many. But yeah, you could do something like this, for example. Seems solid. Honestly, it would be nice to play 1 Rengar in main. We could go down to 2 Blood Rose. I'm just worried that, like, against Aurora, I don't have enough. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go 1 Rengar into main and put 1 of the Blood Rose on the side. Because we only really ever want 2. It's just because we want to draw 1. I'm just worried that against Aurora, I don't have access to the Insightful Investigator XP without this card. And I would really like to win round 1. Yeah, Star-Crossed is pretty good against them. The thing is with this deck, there's not that much I would want to bounce back with the Star-Crossed. First Mate would be okay. Yeah, Set is also a good card. That's true. We can take a look at Set. Set Brawler is nice in Car 6. When I'm played and when I conquer, buff me. Spend my buff, give me +4 might this turn. So you can play Set. Next turn, spend his buff. Buff him with Car 6. Spend his buff again. Pretty sick card. No doubt about that. It's also a card we should be looking at. So let's try and lock in our plan here. Maybe Set's just better than Rengar, right? Maybe the Set is just better than Rengar. I do agree that like 2 sets would be nice, to be fair. I can definitely see it. The thing is, it's like, what are we going to get rid of? We're going to get rid of Gust? Are we going to get rid of Blood Rose? There's not really that much I want to get rid of at this point. So, it's easier said than done. We could also play like 2 Gust and play the 3rd on the sideboard, for example. Sort of like with a similar logic. We're like pre-sideboarding, but we still have like 1 copy of each ready to come in. I think Rengar is just a card I would like to test in general as well, though. So we go Rengar, Grim Resolve, Titanus, Star-Crossed. Maybe like this. Vex. Yeah, so here's the thing with Vex. This card is just so overstated. I think it's just troll not to play this card. It's just so overstated. Like, the card is just broken. Like, why would you not play it? It doesn't matter that it doesn't have that much synergy with our deck, unfortunately. That's how busted the card is. Can trim a first mate? Oh, no! Take it back. Nope. You can't trim a first mate, bro. That's like saying, play without a legend. Okay, maybe not, but... First mate is broken. Busted card. Especially with like Treasure Hunter, Traveling Merchant. Vex doesn't do much. Yeah, but we're already good into Aurora. It's fine. It actually is quite good against Aurora, to be honest, just for the deflect. It's kind of enough. Like, that's the thing. It's just a 4-4. It's a 4-4 with deflect. It's like, what more do you want, right? What more do you flipping want? If you focus on your XP gain, there's a ton you can do. The Vex is great. It just has the lowest synergy that may hurt you. That's the thing, right? We literally said before, right? Do you want synergy by playing like below average card, significantly below average card? Or do you just want to play the card that they got wrong when they balanced the game, which is very overstated and has almost no synergy? That's the issue with the game, right? No, the thing is that the XP card is just broken. This is not a card we're playing. Like, this card is just insane, right? Yeah, we don't have much draw. Draw is going to be a concern, but that is the weakness of this color pairing. Absolutely. We're trying to use the Traveling Merchant as our draw. And that's also why when we're looking at battlefields, we need to look at draw, right? For certain. I mean, I haven't been playing this one. This one could be good. I've been on Arena's Greatest because I always play Arena's Greatest because I'm a nerd. Candlelit Sanctum would be an interesting option for a deck on low draw. Zorn Warrens could be an interesting option on a deck with low draw. We've been playing Seat of Power. When you conquer here, draw 1 for each other battlefield your allies control. And we've been playing something else as well. What else were we playing, chat? Oh, we're also playing the Forbidding Waste. Honestly, this is the one I'm least convinced by. When a unit is defending here alone, it has -2 might. So the reason this card's really good in this deck, or this battlefield, is because of this card. When you move in to the battlefield with the Fey Folk, you are the attacker, your opponent is the defender. So you pull them into the Forbidding Waste, and it gets -2, which is pretty sick. And then you play like your Kha'Zix champ. I'm still a little bit unconvinced by this, though. Like, I think there's a very reasonable argument to say that we would be better off with just a card draw battlefield. Yeah, and Starspring is also really interesting. The first time a player plays a non-unit token here each turn, they may move one other unit they control here to its base. This card's really good with Merchant, Treasure Hunter, Fey Folk. But we already have kind of tools to do this kind of thing with like First Mate, Titaner, right? I'm not really sure that it's actually enough. What I'm looking for my battlefields is I'm looking for like broken stuff that I can abuse and get so much more of an advantage than my opponent could ever possibly dream of. That's why I'm not super interested in, for example, like the buff one. It is pretty nice though, but like I don't know how often we're using. It's definitely worth considering. Monastery of Verona could be good. Starspring is broken. Yeah, Starspring's definitely an interesting one. I mean, I'm down to get rid of Arena's Greatest for now, so we can sort of test a few more things, right? We know what we get with Arena's Greatest, right? I'm still going to play it, but to be fair, while we're testing, we should actually just try some different stuff. I know what I'm getting with that one. I've also, in fairness, played Seat of Power a ton. It performed really well, so we could also try something different, but I think I just want to keep that one in, to be fair. But like the monastery is kind of interesting, right? And the sideboard is not super solved just yet. It's still like a work in progress. We're going to be testing Set for the first time. We're also going to be testing the Blood Rose for the first time in this one. Everything else we've played before in the main deck, so only a few subtle changes. Let's take it for a spin. This is why I always like to just delete the deck, start again, test different stuff. I'm always just testing to and fro. But you can see like, oh, we didn't sort the rune split. We need quite a lot of orange ones because of the sets, because of the punch first and sabotage. But we also can't be too low on purple because quite often you are going to slam this one early. It's probably 3. It's probably like a 9-3, which does mean we're running the risk of not having access to this card 6 on turn 2 at 9-3. But honestly, I found myself not going for this line as much as I expected. Let's go 9-3. Set just seems too slow. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sold on the set, but I'm going to test it. That's what testing's all about, right? I mean, we also do, let's not forget, we have just added this this card, the Blood Rose, which allows us to ready units for XP. So Set could actually be extremely quick in this deck, right? We spend, whoops, that's not the right deck. That was an old list anyway. We changed the list since then. I've been doing some coaching with someone going for Best of Jinx. We actually changed the list a lot. Card 6. There we go. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in testing the Rengar as well. But again, we're kind of pre-sideboarded with Gust and Blood Rose, right? They seem to have like fixed the, or like changed the client a bit for TCG Arena, which is cool as well. Why don't you play the 4 energy card? Which is that, sorry? With temporary? Like the Gear Hate, you mean? So we definitely don't want Set in opening hand. We're up against Ari. Sabotage deramps us. Let's go for those. We missed the 2-drop. That's not good. So basically the question is, do we even play the Blood Rose? I think we don't. I think it's just going to be Scurry and Blood Rose. Sorry, Scurry and the other thing. We'll take probably the Vex. Ari. I mean, Ari's holding. I don't think Vex is actually very good against Ari, right? Oof. Let's take another stack deck. Oh, that is some gingery tea, mate. This is a bad opening hand. We really wanted to try and get on the board early here. We're on 9 2-drops currently. Tide Turner's in the sideboard as well. The Mauser's pretty weak. So we don't have any XP as it stands. Probably we just go for the Investigator. It's a really bad start in this one. We do get to look at their hand. Yeah, Fading Memories is no good. It's not a card we're interested in. That's just like a card you play if you don't have access to better tools. We have Akshan as a better option, for example. So they do have the Defy. They have the Blue Sentinel when I hold Add a Power. Okay. We are going to leave one open for the Gust. They can defy the Gust, but that's a big trade up in our favour. I'm not sold on this card, I've got to say. Very much not sold. Yeah, there's a Defy. That's fine. But we'll see. We'll see on the Blood Rose. I just don't know if we've got enough draw to facilitate it, right? Having said that, with Traveling Merchant, there's some synergy there. Like if we're really relying on Traveling Merchant as our draw, it can do some work. But we're in a bad spot here against Ari. Like the fact we haven't scored 2 points by now. Yes, we're going to score 1. So Blue Sentinel is 6. The fortified position bumps them up even further. Why am I not sold? Well, we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason it's in the deck because I think it could be good. but I'm not sold on it, right? We might just be supposed to be fighting for this battlefield already. Poof. So this would go to 2. This would go to 6. This would go to 3. So I'd have 3, 9, plus 2, 11, essentially 12. I'm at 3, 9. Punch first gets over them. Punch first gets over them. Clears both cards. We lose 1 card of our own. It's not terrible. If we're going for that, though, we're paying 4 for car 6, 1 for punch first. So we do still have... Yeah, I did the maths on tank. This is 3. This is 6. It's 9. Plus 2 is 11. This essentially means they're at 12, right? Let's just play this. Nah, let's not play that. Let's tap this. Because we gain an XP for it, right? Gaining the XP might be more relevant right now than the stack deck. So we will bottom deck Vex, add this to hand. Then we go in. This goes to 2. Like, the fact that we can break this just shows you, like, we've got some serious things going for us. So they put the plus there. This goes to 2 because of Ari. So they've got 11. We go car 6. This is a big D-ramp turn, bro. It's not ideal. I'm not going to lie. Oh, do you know what? I did my math so wrong on car 6, guys. I'm a noob. I was doing him at 6. Does it matter? It's possible I needed the buff. I actually did my math so wrong, bro. I was doing him as 6. I so did the maths wrong. I'm terrible. We needed to buff. We needed to buff, right? So the scurry was good. I basically mathed him out to be at 6. That's the first play of the day, and I've already whiffed. It's not ideal, is it? All this talk about, oh, look at me. But we've got to get better. It's all good. I mean, they probably should just let us take the play back. Let me just ask if they let us do it. I mean, I think they should. We're only testing, right? But they're cool. Seems like they don't want to. You can only kill... Yeah, okay, but... $11. Buff. Kind of just want to go next. I don't really want to keep playing with this Giga Miss player, but... I guess they don't want me to... Okay, buff it. Okay, cool. So we buffed this guy. I guess we're supposed to... Well, we have to buff... Actually, we have to buff the little guy, right? Like, we literally have to. So this dies. Got 0 XP, but we gain an XP from in the combat. My bad, chat. That was a bad start. I'm really unsure on this card. I don't ask for takebacks, so I won't do that mistake again. Better man than me. I ask for takebacks all the time. I'm testing. Like, the point of testing is to, like, learn lines and learn misplays. Like, if you make a misplay, I think it's just more valuable to sort of undo it and just move on with your day, right? That's my view. This is where Titana would be really nice. Bam, bam. I really don't like this card already. Super underwhelming. So they got 2 up. We know they've got discipline. Let's just pass there. Just leave 1 up, right? Don't like this battlefield already, though, I've got to say. I'm pretty sure I would jam Nocturne into this deck. I always jam Nocturne into the deck. I think Candlelit is a very good battlefield for this deck. So this goes to 6. They smoke screen. So it goes to 2. I don't think I'm quite willing enough to slam and pump another punch first in just yet. Probably I will be soon. I really fudged this game up though, sorry about that chat. It's not the highest quality first game to watch. Far from it. See what I mean about this card though? It's quite jank. Stack deck? Yeah, true. Take the first mate. I've had better gameplay, I would say. I learned I can do this here. Gold. Bam. 1, 2, 3. First mate. Bam. Another gold. Fae Folk. What's am I ordering? I should have always taken the stack deck already by now. This is like one of those games where I've played so badly that I'm just kind of like doubling down on the bad plays. We've all been there, right? You make a bad play, you get a little bit tilted. You make some more bad plays. It's just good to like move past it. That's why when I said like I kind of just want to go next if I can't take this buff. But I mean, they let us go for it, right? We missed curve in this one. You can see why we need punch first though. Basically we have just like very low stats overall. And also we have very little card draw. I readied the Treasure Hunter with First Mate to get more gold. So Treasure Hunter moved here. First Mate came down. I readied the Treasure Hunter and moved it here. I did it very quickly. But yeah, Treasure Hunter with First Mate. Mwah, beautiful. I was playing Seal before. As many people know, I'm a big Seal fanboy. I do love a Seal. But I had to change my ways a little bit. So we could move the Ari into this battlefield, for example. I don't want to use the Traveling Merchant just yet. But we could go like Irresistible Fae Folk, move in Ari, for example. Oh, hey Kashina, what's up, buddy? Remember it was you, my friend. Hope you're good. So, I mean, to be honest, moving in the Yuumi first seems pretty interesting as well, right? Just move Yuumi in. We could then do some Void Assault to move this in, perhaps. It's really important with card 6 you like proper plan out your turn. But I'm also worried, I'm trying to like not rope and take too long. It's like a pretty difficult deck to play, I would say. So they're not so fast, my Irresistible Fae Folk. That's fair enough. So now what I'm kind of interested in doing is moving like my Treasure Hunter here and deflect. Oh, this has deflect. Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Got ya. From the Eager Admirer. That's pretty sick. Cool card. One of my first times playing against that. We don't really care about deflect costs. That's the good news. They're at like 2 cards in hand. It's just about winning this combat. My gut feeling of what we do here is they're tapped out, right? This is 2. I don't want to lose my Traveling Merchant. I could buff the Traveling Merchant to 3. I think that's the play, right? I'm going to buff the Traveling Merchant to 3. I'm going to Void Assault my Fae Folk back here, spending the gold, bringing Yuumi, spending a power. This is them attacking, I'm defending. So this is just a win. We gain 1 XP for car 6. Now, Haven't quite worked out. By the way, this battlefield has been absolutely rubbish. Just saying. You know who told me to play this? I'll give you a clue. It starts with ch and ends in at. And we just pump everything in, right? Let's just do the maths. Ari's 5. This is 4. So I got 9 plus 2 is 11, basically 12. We just need to get over 12. So it could just be double punch first on first mate. It's probably the cleanest way of doing things. Go to 13. Again, I kind of did the maths quite quickly here. You probably should spend a bit longer. I did pay the deflect for Yumi, yes. So we win the fight, which means I get another XP. I go to 5 points. I will move with my traveling merchant now, draw a card. It's not bad. Now I'll move with my treasure hunter and gain a gold. Pass. I already hate this Blood Rose card we added in. It's so bad. I don't want it. I hate it. So I don't quite know what to do about that in terms of the Aurora. Oh no! Oh, thank God, guys. I drew the Blood Rose. Thank God they didn't have enough. I drew the Blood Rose, guys. Everything's safe. This is the best card in the flipping game right now. Are you kidding me, guys? I move to Traveling Merchant, I draw a card. I play Sabotage. Ooh, I'll take the Discipline. Thank you. Technically recycled, but I'll allow it. What was in hand? Not so fast. I'm gonna wait. Oh wait, we're so supposed to be dragging the fox in with this, right? But I kind of only just realised that. First mate's gonna go to 5. We've got 6. We buff. Yeah, we should be good, but we do this first, right? We gain another XP. Just add this because it's the most stats. Go this. This is GG. And then we just bring 3, 6, 7 plus this. Bring this in here. +2 from the battlefield. Win a combat, gain an XP. Yeah, I can card 6 the Traveling Merchant, that's true. For a draw. But... bro, read the card. It's predict 2. Don't WTF me if you didn't read the card. I mean, I don't read the cards frequently, so I'll allow you. Okay, this Blood Rose card, guys, terrible. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. But it does still beg the question, how do we generate XP against Aurora? That's the problem we've got here, guys. You did 3? Did I? Okay, my bad then. You're right, I did predict 3. Oops. I try and pay more attention to what I'm doing. It's kind of hard streaming and playing Sim. I hate Hunt. Hunt is terrible. Honestly, like, Mr. Root is the best of them. Triple Sabotage and Prey. I'd rather not. Like, to be honest, the thing is like, this deck has all the tools to beat Aurora. The only thing we're lacking is reliable XP generation to get to 2 XP for this. I'm not playing this card, mate. There is absolutely no way you will ever see me with this card in my deck. Side Vex for ye? Guys. Guys, look at this card. Look at this card. It's probably Mr. Root. Yes, I think so too, sadly. Mr. Root was the OG in the deck. And he was okay. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible. He gains the XP. I don't mind just putting him in and just... He's like a pre-sideboard. But the fact that he's a sideboard card for Aurora when Aurora just wrecks him so hard is sad. We're down to 1 set Brawler. I can put a second in the side though. I would also, to be honest, I also want triple Gust in main. I am interested in the set. I think the set could be good. Not super sold on it though. But yeah, I just want Gust in main. I just want to be like beating Aurora and LeBlanc every time. And then we can start thinking about other matchups with our sideboard choices, right? Yeah, but I don't need a lot of XP. I need 2 XP! I don't want to cut like the best card in the game just because I want some XP against Aurora, right? That's why we're getting a bit lost here, guys, right? Like, you have to find the balance between synergy and over-statted cards. This is the card. Stare down so good, you reckon? Really? Choose a friendly unit and a battlefield. Move all enemy units at that battlefield with less might than the chosen unit to their base. Gain 1 XP. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Honestly, like 1 XP might also be enough because we have this card already, right? But that's kind of... I kind of need like 1 XP. I kind of hate Mr. Root, guys. I'm not going to lie. I kind of hate Mr. Root. He's kind of terrible. You know, maybe if I'm playing Switcheroo, he's okay. Stare down. Choose a friendly unit and a battlefield. What's important about stare down to recognize is we can actually use stare down against Aurora. Fizz is particularly good in like Ezreal decks and stuff like this, not in this deck. I mean, Fizz is good with Void Assault. Fizz is actually good in this deck. It's true. Yeah, Mr. Root's pretty okay. I don't mind the card. The thing is what we're going to have by putting 3 Mr. Roots in the deck is we're actually going to have too much XP and not enough to spend it on. But you're not going to have enough to spend it on. Fizz is definitely a good card. No doubt about that. I like Fizz. Especially like 1 or 2. It's hard to argue with. Again, we're like pre-sideboarding at the moment, right? So it's like cards like Fizz which kind of make way. Admittedly, you could say that Fizz Sabotage could be just an alternative option, right? Instead of like trying to brute force this flipping XP generation to get the XP for Insightful Investigator, we could just play Fizz to instead play Double Sabotage. You know? And we do still have some ways of gaining 2 XP. We had Conscription. It was fun. It's more of a meme. I don't think it's the route you want to go. I hate the Mr. Root, guys. I don't want to play this card. I really don't want to play this card. This card, honestly, I'm down to test. The eyes have it as fantastic flavor text, especially if you're interested in British politics. It's even better flavor text in that way. The problem with Grim Resolve is that it is not combat. It is a combat XP. We need non-combat XP. That's our issue. But against Aurora, if we need 1 more XP, we could play a stare down just for 2 to gain the XP. So the Insightful Invest. It's kind of coping though, right? It's kind of coping. Maybe Fizz is just the best bet. And we just say, okay, we could play like Mr. Root on the sideboard, for example, for the Aurora matchup. I would feel a little bit better about him on the sideboard. Even though he's kind of terrible against Aurora. I just need some XP generation. Why is he... He's fine, but look at my other 2 drops. I already have a bunch of really good 2 drops. Traveling Merchant, Treasure Hunter, Irresistible Fae Folk. I already have 9 2 drops. And I have Tide Turner. Look at how good Tide Turner is, bro. Tide Turner on a Fae Folk. Tide Turner on a Traveling Merchant. Tide Turner on Treasure Hunter. Or would I rather play a 1 might guy? That gains 2 XP. I don't want XP. I do kind of want XP, but only against Aurora. Against every other deck, I already have enough XP. That's the issue we've got here, basically, guys. That's the issue we find ourselves in. We actually kind of already have enough XP with this deck. Mr. Root is, like, reasonable, but I don't think he's reasonable enough. We played the card. The choice is gold at XP. Okay, if that's the choice, it's gold every single flipping time, and it's not even close. I haven't seen this deck, no. Yeah. This is very badly built. Respectfully. This card is so bad. Oh my god. It's terrible. No insightful... Okay, insightful investigators there. No treasure hunter. No traveling merchant. Yeah. Nah, no way. Ty Turner just so belongs in this deck, man. It's so sad not to have him in the deck. Blood Rose could honestly be good as a one-of, I think. I don't actually mind Blood Rose as a one-of. 2 felt like too many. I will keep Blood Rose as a one-of. I think it's fine. I'm down. I play on TCG Arena. I also, honestly, am kind of down to try Stare Down. Choose a friendly unit at a battlefield. Move all enemy units at that battlefield. No, choose a friendly unit and a battlefield. Move all enemy units at that battlefield with less might than chosen unit to their base. But, I don't really know. We don't really have that many big guys, big guys, big guys. Yeah, but Traveling Merchant is good in this deck because we will have no hand very often. That's kind of the whole point of how I built the deck with this card, right? Is this... Oh my god, he doesn't even have that. He doesn't even have this, guys. Come on. Fizz is good, right? Let's go Fizz. Fizz kind of does everything we're talking about because it can give us access to Sabotage and it's also a second Void Assault. Like, Fizz is just cracked. Generically, very good card. It is quite power hungry, but we do have Treasure Hunters. I think I'm down to try this. I think this is a good mix. We need to fix the sideboard. I really would rather not play Mr. Root on the sideboard, but we might not have much of a choice. Still not convinced by the thingamajiggers, battlefields, but I definitely don't want to be playing Arena's Greatest when we're testing in best of 1 format. Cut Treasure Hunters. Oh no! Wrong deck again. Whoops. I'm gonna delete this, so stop doing that. I did import the new one, right? Treasure Hunter and Traveling Merchant are so good in this deck that... No, I want to give the battlefield more of a chance. I was hating on it a bit, but it was a bit harsh. We keep testing it. That's what testing's for, right? Ooh, mirror. Okay. Interesting. So they have Monastery, which I think is a very reasonable battlefield. This deck. I think it could be good. Are we going second? Yeah. So this is good. Honestly, the hand's actually really reasonable. Honestly, I'm going to keep it. I don't keep a hand often. Bro has got 4 runes and 17 cards in hand. They've got an XP. They're showing us how it's done, guys. They're embarrassing us right now. Not thrilled with our 1-drop, but it's fine, I think. It's a 2-drop rather, but it is a 2-drop, you know. It does give us the line of going for the early car 6. It's not a line I really enjoy. Ooh, wow, they just passed. That is bizarre. Something seems not quite right with that. I guess they're just worried about my Fae folk, but I ain't doing anything. Just scoring. Maybe they gust us? They're like, what? You're not using Fae? Please use the Fae! Damn it! They gust us. That's okay though. We kind of expected it. We probably just... Ooh, spicy. This is a spicy little play, innit? But they've deramped. They got no XP. The Vex play is tempting, but I'm not too impressed by it. Really. I think I'd rather just take the stack deck and see what's what. With the thing with the Vex is we'd rather play the Vex as a surprise moment, right? When they're not playing around to expect it. First mate's almost good here, but we're one energy short. I think it's just another Fae folk go wide this turn, right? Just develop 2 bodies. Again, I would definitely rather it be a different unit of ours. But there we are. Like if this was a treasure hunter, I'd be much more happy. Definitely a good tempo start for our opponent. I do think that this card is pretty interesting than Italy. Don't hate it by any stretch. But they just double retreat, which you have to imagine they've got something up their sleeve, right? Like more gust. Because we can conquer here, draw for this. Let's see. No trigger. I just found out you can enter to... Yeah, I think cards is awesome. It's a really good example of the XP mechanic being cool. It's like because you're not all in on it. It's just like an additional little thing. Okay, we're getting kind of cooked by this guy as it stands. There's not... I mean, wait, I can just play this. 6 versus 6 though. My guy does get taken out, but we still win the combat. Their guy also gets taken out. I don't know how valuable the legend is really in the mirror. Or the champ is in the mirror, rather. I have no idea. First mirror. It's definitely not a play I'm super happy with, but it is what it is. So we score. We gain another XP for winning a combat. We don't, unfortunately, have enough to develop the Vex still. That's like a big issue of ours here, really. But we can move this guy in. And they get another XP. Do we care? Probably not. We also gain an XP by bringing him in, right? Bringing him in. Bro, what? Yeah, so how much XP did I have? Kazu's in a rough play this set? I don't think so. I think it's in a good spot. I guess I had 3 XP, right? I only won 1 combat so far. Why did they leave? Are they really that... I'm very confused why they left. Anybody following that? Should be at 3, right? Thanks, yeah. I did miss something, that makes sense. I didn't spend anything yet either, did I? We can just select randomly, actually. Why not? Ivan. Ivan's cool. We'll go first. Haven't actually played against much Ivan yet. Have some opinions on how it should be built, though, as I often do. Gust is probably decent against Ivan. Maybe just this. Just get rid of the generically not as good cards. This is just such a good opener. It's crazy. And our deck is very power hungry. So basically the strategy for Ivern usually is play bad battlefields. And they want control of this one and then force us onto this one. The Investigator, I think, is a brilliant card. I think it's absolutely outstanding. I love the card a lot. It is just a shame it's difficult to generate the XP against Aurora in time. Because Aurora doesn't give you combat. That is a sad thing. The first time a player plays a non-unit token here, each turn they may move another unit they control here to its base. Wait, so I go like this. That's broken, actually. Whoa! 3 gold, 2 points. Ho-ho! Don't mind if I do, son. Now, I am a bit concerned that we're going to lose this battlefield and then we're kind of forced to be here. When you hold here. Yeah, I don't really want to be holding there. I might have done goofed a little bit, it's fair to say. But there we are. Yeah, the battlefields, I'm open to trying lots of different stuff. What? Really? I'm really surprised by that. I was very sure that they're going to try and get over us on this one. Turning this one into a brush seems significantly less impressive than forcing us into the other battlefield, right? Seems a bit strange, but maybe they just didn't have a way of doing it. The problem with the Investigator is, like, without more XP generation outside of combat, even though it seems insane against Aurora, it's actually not that good against Aurora at the moment, but it's just a really good card. I think, like, our Aurora matchup is not ever going to be an issue. We've got so many options. It's like one of the few decks that should just be extremely good into Aurora without having to tech very much for it. Like, we kind of just have natural techs within the deck already. At least that's my thought on it. So they're in the brush. It would be nice to knock them out of it. You do need to be quite careful. Obviously, we could move some stuff around with the old Void Assault. We've got all the gold in the flipping world thanks to our First Mate Treasure Hunter Wombo combo. Treasure Hunter's cracked in this one. It is the seal I always wanted. Multicolored seal. 3 open, Friendship's a threat, right? +2. Stun is a threat. Probably the play is something to do with the Void Assault. The question is, what? Also, we don't have any XP just yet, so we can't buff anything. Let's just start off with a good old-fashioned stack deck. Now, before we do that, we should just think, it should be this first if we're going for it, rather than stack deck. Now, the thing is if I do that, I can't go Void Assault Car 6. Do I want to go Void Assault Car 6 this turn? I feel like this is the trickiest turn with this deck. Usually around here, because we could just set up, we could just let them hold, right? Not panic, let them get a little point, and then do some more Void Assault shenanigans in a bit. That honestly might be the correct play. Just let them hold. They got 3 up. Don't engage, right? Don't flip in engage. I think that's the right call. Sabotage is nice. I will very happily take that, and we leave that on top. I love this card, bro. It's so good. Go down to 2 gold. Sabotage. We can have a little look. What's my end game? We're very quick. We try and win quickly. We try and use tempo to our advantage with lots of golds, punch firsts. We don't have much draw available, and we try and also use the Void Assault to gain a lot of firepower. Okay? Discipline works. They don't draw, right, until Sabotage resolves. As far as I'm aware. I'm double checking that with you guys. Maybe I'm wrong, actually, right? So, not so fast. Friendship. Probably just get rid of the not so fast, right? Friendship is +2. So we can do all the maths needed here. We could take a buff off something as well. Like if we +2. It's really not clear what the right play is, honestly. Not to me, at least. Yeah, it makes first. My mistake, guys. I'm talking nonsense, aren't I? About the resolution there. We could, for example, like send this home, but I think, honestly, we just kind of let them have it here. I think we do this. We have to make sure we pay attention to them. Oh, no, this brush. Bro, can I just say, guys, how insane is the Treasure Hunter in this deck? We also know the top deck. It's the Scurry card. We can probably empty the hand here and try and draw off the Traveling Merchant move trigger. I'm really glad to be streaming Riftbound again, guys, and just like learning more about all of the rules and stuff like this. As much as I like played a lot of Riftbound, I played on my own, usually using simulators. I haven't been able to go to locals as much as I would like since moving to Germany quite recently. I moved basically when Riftbound first came out. I'm going to be playing locals like 3-4 times a week when I move to Austria later this year. That's going to be awesome. Look forward to lots of paper streams. But yeah, even though I've got like a good tournament result, there's lots of rulings and stuff that I definitely don't get spot on. I think I probably scammed myself actually a little bit in Bologna with misunderstanding how the chain resolves at points. I think I let myself get grifted a bit in some moments that I look back on. But here's what it is. My own fault. It's part of the skill of the game is knowing the rules, right? So we go to 3. First thing we should do is take a stack deck. We don't know these two cards. No, we do. Mauser plus a random card we don't know, right? Wrong use of Star Spring. What do you mean? Why is that wrong? We just generated a gold from it. Why is that wrong? Huh? What, am I just not supposed to generate gold? Is that the correct use? Okay. My mistake, guys. We're just supposed to not get gold. Okay. My bad, my bad. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm actually just misunderstanding the card. I think it's Bloom, honestly, because I want the Traveling Merchant trigger. Void Assault's obviously insane. I'm not happy about bottom decking it, but like this, let me read it. First time a player plays a non-unit token here each turn, then we move another unit they control here to its base. What? No, the first time a player plays a non-unit token here each turn. Why am I believing chat, guys? Huh? 2 people told me I couldn't do that. What do you mean? The first time a player plays a non-unit token here each turn, then we move another unit. Oh, no, you're right. You're right, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry, chat. I'm mocking you. I'm mocking you, chat. Because, yeah, I played the Traveling Merchant and then the Treasure Hunter and then, yeah. My bad. You're right. The first time, it doesn't work that way. You're right. Honourable man. No, because otherwise I'm going to get roasted by chat. There's no honour here, mate. I just got caught. Honour? What honour? Honestly, like, we played 2 of these, but now I can't car 6. So I don't even know if this is correct, bro. I'm so used to slamming cards, I feel like I'm playing so slow and then playing badly at the same time. I'm probably not even playing that slowly. I'm just used to slamming so quick. Bro's low-key arrogant AF. Yeah, kind of. When it comes to the deck building part, I am. Let's go here, get a gold. It's not that deep though, man. We're just chilling. It's not that deep. I'm really a bit lost. Not gonna lie. I'm not feeling too confident about what I'm doing. I'm feeling really unconfident. I'm feeling really lost in this position. And I'm letting chat get in my head a bit. Let's see. This card is very brain melting. It's really interesting though, I like it. We probably want to bring the car 6 in, right? So we're going to slam the Void Assault. And I think it's like first mate here. It's probably Treasure Hunter here. I really don't know about this, guys. I think I'm being a bit of a donut. Let's go Treasure Hunter here. Get the gold. And let's move their iPhone here. 3, then we put car 6 in. Definitely a bit wonky, my decision making here, sadly. But it is what it is. I don't like my play. Double friendship. Have I even done the maths? I'm not sure I have. I think I'm just cooked, man. I think I'm really playing badly here. Yeah. I'm actually... Giga tilted with myself. Yeah. I'm just like rushing into a play that I'm not even happy with. And I make the play and I'm like, yep, that doesn't work. Okay, it's only Bird, Dog and Poro. I thought it was Ivan, to be honest. So it's not as bad as I thought it was. Calculated. Right, guys? Right, guys? So this is, it's buffed. So we can't get over that right just yet. But we can spend 2 XP here to move this back. Maybe we just move the first mate in to play around this Poro. The question is, do we move the Treasure Hunter back or do we buff? I think we buff. Yeah, I'm definitely like really looking forward to learning more about Riftbound. To be honest, like the thing with Riftbound, I competed a lot in set 2, which I loved. Deck building has always been like my big passion. I love deck building. I'm definitely a much better deck builder than I am player. Losing the Traveling Merchant here was a disaster, by the way. Like the Traveling Merchant was our draw engine. Something went seriously wrong here. So they're at 8, 7. I'm at 5. So we're definitely in a pickle here. Without the merchant, we've run out of draw. I haven't given up on Vi. I want to play some more Vi. I'm just playing lots of different decks. Also, it's like I'm trying to find maybe like the decks which are like top of the meta. Vi was never going to be top of the meta. I just like Vi. Like I liked Arcane a lot. It was what got me into the Riot universe for the first time. So I mean, we probably just take Vex for the raw stats. Yeah, that's what's great about Riftbound as well, though. Like, set to set, like, I played so much Riftbound towards the end of set 2 when the bans came through, but for set 3, I'm starting to get to grips with it, the format, but, like, the game feels so different, which is awesome. Yeah, Best of SideQuest definitely called me. I won the Best of Teemo, right, already, so I really wanted to become the two-time best time Teemo, but wasn't meant to be. I really should have made it happen. I felt really confident I would, but alas. Yeah, basically, like for Riftbound moving forwards, the main thing I really want to start doing is casting Riftbound. So I'm a caster for Disney Arcana. Before that, I was a caster for Gwent. It's my biggest passion. Is if I was to cast Riftbound at the start of set 2, I would have been so bad. Like I actually would have been terrible. And I was like, what is the best way to get better as a caster? And is to compete, right? And play the game and get good at the game. But also now for me, like this act of me playing and streaming lots and learning all of the rules a bit better than I currently do is really important for getting better. Hey Admiral, what's up? Good to see you, buddy. So we can take the Investigator to base. We look at their hand and then we can spend the XP. I mean, we should have played the Scurry's Bloom first, right? Probably, but I guess maybe not. Like maybe we get some information over what's in hand. 12. Like this game's just gone kind of the wrong direction. I don't think I want to discard either of that, right? They're both like 2-cost cards. In fact, this is bricked currently and this unbricks it, so no discard. They got nothing, mate, basically. We're going to play the Bloom, gain an XP. Fizz can actually find a Void Assault. Now, this, bear in mind, is a predict, right? So I just add and draw 1. I add the Fizz to hand. And I leave the Void Assault on top of the deck. Now, surely we can win from here. They've got nothing in hand. We can actually just do maths. Not math, maths. Well, how do we do this? Certainly we do this. They will draw. I missequenced, right? The Vex should have just come in here first. I'm worried about friendship, though, to be fair. They're going to draw. We don't know what the last card is. I gain another XP. Now, I could go like Fey Folk, move one of these guys in. Let's get rid of the brush as well. Fey Folk, move one of like the guy with the buff in, I guess, right? Gain another XP. We can't really get over the Ivern. That's the problem we've got. We have no access to Punch first. What we might have to do is we might actually have to Fizz to look for Punch first, right? Which means that leaving the signature spell on top was a mistake. Like maybe that's actually the play we have to do. Now, in fairness, the Ivern isn't gaining a point here. So it's not like answer or lose territory. So it could be fine. It's definitely a bit jank. We don't want this to be a defender, right? So if we were to go for Yeah, it's awkward. This is 7. I think with the Fizz, I'm supposed to take the stack deck, which means that I got my Scryer's Bloom wrong, right? But we probably just take it anyway. Yeah, we do just take it, because if I go Fizz, stack deck, the next 2 cards I see probably aren't that good anyway. You can still just take the same play, right? Just costs 2 extra, but who cares? So if this was to defend, it would be 4. So we could still do this, right? It's like we move Vex here, which will be 5. Ivern to base is basically the play. This gets +2, but we're ahead as it stands. Where did the gold come from? I think I spent it, right? So we score to 6. We're in a really bad bloody spot. Get rid of the brush, I guess. And then, I mean, I guess we're either buffing or we're like pushing one of these cards back. I think we're supposed to push a card back, you know. I definitely haven't quite got this right. You can see that draw is a big problem for car 6. I have been relying on the Traveling Merchant, but also, like, to be honest, just having a battlefield which draws just seems like the correct decision. I think that probably just having 3 battlefields that draw you cards is the way. Like Star Spring compared with a card draw battlefield. Also, Arena's Greatest, you don't need as much card draw because the games are ending much quicker, right? You can just abuse tempo, so you just don't need as much draw on Arena's Greatest. But the other 2 battlefields probably should just be card draw. You can play the Monastery for buff draw, and you can play the, what's it called? The one where if you conquer, if you have control of the other one, you score. It's probably just the play. Not Lunar Boon. I mean, you could. Similar concept to Ezreal. I think Ezreal's just better though. But we have 3 copies of that in the deck, Thazus. We played 3 punch first. We just didn't find any the same yet. I definitely didn't play it too smoothly though, but we're very much learning on the job. I think the quality of play on display from me has been bad, but that's also what's awesome about Riftbound, right? It shouldn't be great, like after playing a deck for the first few times. I think also I might have missed an XP or 2 on combat here, right? I think I probably have 2 more XP. Probably it doesn't make a big difference. But yeah, they're at 7. I think we're probably just losing, unfortunately, from here. We need a miracle off the top. I'm sure there was some lines for us to take. We just couldn't quite overcome the Ivern. All I needed was 1 punch first. I mean, to be honest, if we find punch first off the top, we're probably fine. This could be a stun. It could be like a retreat card. Yeah, that's GG, unfortunately. There's no way we're overcoming this. I have max. Yeah. Yeah, we play punch first, but they're all in the deck still. I'm a bit sad at myself for not playing better. It is what it is though, man. We're learning. To be fair, this battlefield, I kind of hate it. I really am not rating it. I was also never really rating Forbidden Waste that much. So I like Seat of Power. I like Arena's Greatest. I always like this battlefield for a deck that's quite quick and low on draw. And then maybe Monastery, right? Monastery should just be good. I think a battlefield which allows us to draw is pretty crucial with this deck. We really struggle for draw. We don't have much. Yes, we can. The only thing is I don't want to play Arena's Greatest in a best of 1. Let's try Monastery. I haven't tried it yet, right? Between Yi and Diana. My gut feeling would be Diana, but I don't know. Rengar. I haven't played against much Rengar yet. I appreciate you guys all being here, by the way. Means a lot. Hope you're enjoying the streams. Oh, we had a raid. I missed it. Goobums, thank you so much for a raid. I'm terrible. I'm a washed up streamer. Forgive me, guys. I'm washed up, guys. Okay, they skip turn. That's good news. We look at the hand. For 3 energy. That's pretty good. Challenge, punch first. I mean, challenge is definitely a card we should be looking at as well, right? Thrill of the Hunt. All right, I'm probably going to forget all of that. New here, welcome. Yeah, Kha'Zix should be good. Kha'Zix should be good. We still need to play some Teemo, man. We haven't played any Teemo yet this set, which is controversial, considering some people know me as the Teemo guy. We don't need to worry about drawing just yet. Probably Insightful Investigator plus Vex is just the move here, right? Let's go here. Go to 1. Play Vex. Pass. Teemo Hero? Probably not. Trying to cook a deck? Yeah, Fight or Flight would be needed though. I was still playing Pit Crew, Teemo, and Lil. I think the deck was quite good. I messed up not playing Consult the past though. I queued disgustingly though as well. I queued like best of Darius. I queued Coco, who the guy that finished second next week. Queued a guy who top 8'd an event. And it's like, okay. What am I supposed to do? So I'm at 7, they're at 9. We punch first back. It's the punch first war. Guess we just go on Vex, right? They never have another one, right, chat? Yeah, Kha'Zix is really fun. I think the deck's hard to play, and I think it's got like a lot of stuff going for it. Yeah, Set is like the main card we want to test. He's on the sideboard currently. I'm kind of like pre-sideboarded is the concept, with ideally cards for both Aurora and whatever else. But yeah, Set's definitely very much on the radar. I'm still not super sure on Fizz either. I think Fizz is good, but deck is quite power hungry. Huh? No. Okay. You may. Okay, they're not going to do it. Right, well, this is actually 4. Huh? When you play a unit... Oh, give a unit +1. Okay, I misunderstood how the card works. Okay. They can do that. Interesting. Not convinced by that by them. That's quite a lot of resources spent. Bing, 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 boop! I love First Mate, guys. Good card. Especially with this. Bam! Why would he use the challenge? Yeah, they didn't need it, did they? They had, so what, they had 9 on Noxus. Then they play this, which is 4. I was at 12. Oh, yeah, this was stunned. Just Vex thing. So this was stunned. That's why they needed to do it. So Vex just popped off, basically. Rengar! Ah! Bro is cooking us. All out aggression. But it's quite expensive. We're playing this as a one-off. I hate it. Let's get rid of it. I don't want it in the deck anymore. I hate it. I never wanted it in the deck, to be fair. You would imagine it's Void Assault, right? You've got to imagine it's Void Assault. We go Car 6 Void Assault this turn, right? It's like... We don't have any XP yet, though. Is that right? Did we not win a combat? I guess we didn't win a combat, right? Because it would be really nice to be able to buff the Car 6. But we have 0 XP. How much do we care about getting rid of the Rengar this turn? That's the question. Because I could just leave the Rengar for now, right? Like I could just play everything else, basically. Like get this down this turn, which we would like to do. Bring this guy in instead. I hate this card. We only have it as a one-off right now. I think I want to develop this, right? But if I want to develop this and I'm still burning this and then this isn't even that good anymore. Is it even that good in the first place, though? Yeah, it's quite good. We just do this, right? This is just the obvious play. And often the obvious play is the best play, right? So we gain 2 XP. This goes to 6. We win a combat. We're going to buff the first mate. We're at 2 points. Move this guy over and bring him in here. Go to 3. Gain an XP. Pass. Not bad, right? Like, there's a lot of nice stuff you can do with this deck. We need to solve the card draw. Like, putting a jank card like this in is not doing us any favors. This is helping, right? Look, bam, look at this. Do we want to play the Rose and gain an XP from it? Yeah. Did I recycle for the Void? That's a good question. I had gold for the Void Assault. Nope. Good catch. Thanks. Very, very much. Let's go in here. Let's score. Let's spend the buff. Draw. Okay. Probably fizz into Void Assault next turn is the play, right? Fizz stack deck. Probably just fizz stack deck, right? We know they have the Thrill of the Hunt card. Let's just get rid of it. Or is it ever punch first? It seems a bit busted with Forerunner, right? Like, but maybe it's just punch first. I haven't replayed against Rengar yet. I mean, honestly, I would like to get rid of just about everything in this hand. I'm going to go with punch first because there's only one of them. And I'm going to spend 2 XP to retreat this guy. This card's so bad. Anything to get the blood pumping, guys. Fey Folk draws. Fey Folk comes down. This guy scores. Thrill of the Hunt. Maybe soon. Not yet. You know what's good? Fizz and Gust. Let's do this. Go to 2 XP. So what's interesting here is like the stack deck is going to show this, so we probably just put this on bottom and this to hand. We don't want to add that to hand at this point in the game, right? I mean, the punch first feels a bit more important, but we know that they have 2 cards in hand. The problem is, are they reaction speed? I'm honestly just going to look it up. Rengar signature spell. Are they reaction speed? They are reaction speed, so they could just pop both now, right? I'd rather not deal with that. I think we're supposed to take punch first, therefore. Let's go Fizz. Yeah. So the thing is we kind of want to Gust the Fizz now, right? Because we can discard the other one. Shouldn't they get the tokens as well? Or is it Banish? Okay. That's nowhere near as good as I thought it was then. I mean, how much do I care about the other Thrill of the Hunt? Because I could just Gust my Fizz here, right? I could just Gust the Fizz. Not even bother with punch first. Maybe just punch first one of these guys, right? Fizz is just good to have back. They score a point, but I don't really care. Go in here. Go to 6, draw a card for the buff. Play the Vex. Pump it. I don't think there's any like 1-cost cards that they could have that would cook us here, right? Nothing comes to mind. Obviously it looks kind of weird to Gust the Fizz and then pump this in, but we did draw since this happened, so the context kind of changes. It's just a trade. But these go to the... It's pretty scary. I'm definitely glad this happened on... When did they draw? I'm trying to think when they drew. When did they draw this card that we didn't see? Of the fresh beans, right? So they had that there already. So if we pump Fizz up, the same thing would have happened. We would have just lost the ability to Gust Fizz. It was arguably better this way. Not sure though. We're not playing Starcross currently. They don't have a unit in hand because they could have made a really good trade here. And we can't actually play Void Assault. There's no valid target for it. That would be my guess. So just a good old-fashioned stack deck does the trick here. This card's been in my hand for so long doing nothing, bro. The one of death, mate. That's what this thing is. I could have played it already. It's just terrible. Would have loved the first mate. How does it work with, I think it's probably just traveling merchant, right? Do we ever take a buff? Probably. Played this quite horrifically. I should buff Fizz, right? Falling Star. Hey Lolo, great to see you, my friend. Thanks for the support, bro. How's things? Are you playing any Riftbound? Alright, get this one of out of my deck. Horrible card. I wish we had a little bit of XP generation. I am quite curious in testing the set. But I think we only have space for one card, like pre-sideboard. Post-sideboard, we can put some extra stuff in. We're like pre-sideboarded. Yeah, I mean, Blood Rose is okay. I think it's just a bit jank. I'd rather not. We don't have much draw. Nice one. It's a very fun game. I'm enjoying it a lot. The skill expression's really nice. For the most part. What do I think about Bone Skewer? Bone Skewer is a really cool card. I like it a lot. The big problem is it's like, it's really bad against Aurora. We're up against Dirty Diana. First mate's like fine on curve. I don't really know that Vex is that good in this matchup. I don't think I want to drop the Void Assault. So let's do this. What a card, mate. This card's just insane. I can just play a 3-drop on curve and feel good about it because it's a first mate. This is why, like, this is a card you just always play 3 of. It's like, do I feel bad about playing the first mate on curve? Well, no, because he's just a 3-drop. He's just so much more than that, obviously, but he's just a 3-drop. Happy days. Bone Skewer Purple Draven sounds sick, to be fair. Bone Skewer, I do think is a really good card. I like it a lot. Like, I would love to play it in Teemo. But yeah, the problem with the card is that it's very bad against Aurora. So it can only be a sideboard card in the current format. That's rather intimidating, isn't it? I don't think we want to go into a showdown against them, if I'm honest. It's a bit too early for that. Set seems a bit on the expensive side here. If in doubt, stack deck it out. I do love a traveling merchant, guys. I can't lie to you. I do love a traveling merchant. We might get gusted and feel like a bit of a wally here. Is what it is. Sequencing could have been better, right? It's the classic case of I realised when it was too late. It's the Gust format, so I have a stack deck in hand. That works. This one didn't work, but that one works. We should have like felt out the stack deck. I mean, to be honest, like getting a first mate back in hand is super fine. Would I have even changed my play? Nah. I wouldn't have changed my play, right? It would be the exact same. Huh? Okay, fair enough. Moodful. So what do we discard from this hand? Because we do get a move trigger. It's going to be 0. We could also punch first, right? I'm not really sure how much I like the set. I think he's a one-of at the moment. How much do I like set? Pretty sure I'm pumping this guy up, by the way. Not gonna lie. Draw. So this is 0. I haven't played against Diana yet, first time. Do I want a double D-ramp to take out their guy? Not really. So they passed Prio. Didn't they use this? Didn't untap. 3 and 1. Okay. So they just used 1 energy on this, naturally. Okay. We have like Treasure Hunter plus this, so I'm chilling. We can actually go Vex plus this, which is arguably slightly better, right? I'm very confused. So we could go Treasure Hunter in here. First mate, leave something open. That would be one option, or Vex. Vex obviously stops Accelerate. Accelerate isn't really the threat. Two extra for the... I'm confused. I spend 5 total. You spent 4 though. Diana costs 1. I shouldn't say bro either, because I don't know if they're a bro, you know. I spent 5? Huh? Am I missing something? Diana Legend counts 1. Use Diana 2 times. You can do that? Okay. You can't do that, right? Or can you do that? You may pay 1. Yes, yes I can. No, they can, chat. Doesn't it literally say once? It's not restricted once a turn, but there was only 1 showdown. Wait, maybe that's true. Actually, he might be right. I think he's right. Showdown. I think you're good. Okay, cool. He's actually right, guys. See? This is why we should never assume. Usually, if I think something, it's the opposite. That's what you've got to learn, chat. So if I'm saying he's wrong, he's definitely right. No problem. New mechanics are hard to get. See, chat? This is what I need you guys to be more understanding of me with. We'll go here. I like that the game's complicated. It's nice. I'm going to pop this. Gain Uno XPO. I don't really know that I want either of that. I do like a traveling merchant. It is known. But I'm just going to put both to the bottom for a random card. Hold one for this, I guess. Vex stuns an accelerated unit played that turn, and also any ambush unit. That's correct. And in fact, the unit, the card that's stunned won't even be able to do much. Just let that die. I could have buffed it around this a bit. Stupefy though. I wanted a second XP so I could retreat it, honestly. Surprised I don't run Rasa? Really? I'm surprised you think I should run Rasa. Bro's cooking us with the charms. So they have priority because they're the attacker. I'm the defender. There comes a point in every man's life where they have to consider slamming the punch first. What did they add to hand? I didn't even see, bro. So he passes. There comes a point in every man's life where you have to consider a punch first. I don't think we're there yet, though, if I'm honest. Do you know what card's good? First Mate. I'm just a first mate gamer. Do others like spend an XP, buff the Vex, put it up to 5? We could. I think it's fine. I'm doing much else with it. Bam. I'm going to go up against Dirty Diana. Pass priority. I guess I have to do this first, right? Moonfall's flipping action speed too. Crazy, bruv. That is nutty. Bro just draws all the Moonfalls, eh? Consider me impressed. Deflect cost though. Chaos Rune, alright. So this goes down to 3. Plus, like, not plus the buff, that's also 3. So the question is, do we trade or do we pump? Pump it! Okay, well. Another, oh. Okay, makes sense because this gives them a boost. This goes to 4. There comes a point in every man's life where they have to punch first. We've finally reached that moment. I would love if I could also play this. Could avoid a sort of the Diana. Not really. My Vex is bigger than your Vex. They deramped so much that last turn. My Vex is bigger than yours. So, move first mate in, props. Void Assault, bing, bam. Vex here, Diana here. This could go pear-shaped. We don't have much in hand. We've got the card 6 though. How this resolves. Monastery first. I am the attacker, so I pass. Rebuke. So that means that Diana is going to get an extra point. Triple thingamajigger. We just slam this in. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6. I gain 2 XP. Card 6 is stunned! Cooked myself. That's not good. And then this resolves. That's GG. We lost. Damn Vex, bro. Not been the stream of good gameplay, unfortunately. We're missing Grim Resolve a bit, honestly. Have to say we're missing Grim Resolve a bit, just like an extra number fixer. I think we might put it back in the deck, actually. Like, at the moment, we're kind of like... I don't know. Like, the set, I'm very unconvinced I want the set in the main deck. The Blood Rose is bad. I think we bring the Grim Resolve back. Like, 2 copies of it should be nice. I mean, mainly this is like, also I'm a bit brain melting myself. Nidalee? I don't think we need it. I don't really know if I like the card. It's an interesting card. The thing is like, there's all these questions. Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't we playing this? Why aren't we playing this? Why aren't we playing... Well, it's because you're going to play 40 cards in your deck, guys. And we're starting off with 3 Gusts in our deck to try and tech for LeBlanc. And we're trying to make sure that we've got enough tools to beat... Cast Aurora game 1. We're testing some stuff, right? It's not all quite as simple as it might seem. Maybe we're going down to 1 Fizz. The Fizz has felt pretty good, but it just feels like we're a little bit short on combat tricks. Like Nidalee I like. It's a good card. There's no doubt about that. But how much do I like it? I do quite like it. It is also a combat... Maybe Nidalee's just a card instead of the Grim Resolve that I should be adding in. To be honest, I'm still not totally sold on this card. I've got to say. I'm not totally sold on the Fey Folk. The Fey Folk is good with this battlefield. I'm not totally convinced by this battlefield. And the Fey Folk is also very good. I think it's like, maybe like 1. 3 is a lot. Yeah, Fey Folk is good with Ambush. So Fey Folk becomes better with Nidalee back in there. I'm down to get Nidalee in. I think this is a really good card. I do think this card's very, very strong. And also, like, if let's be clear, if we were to replace the Fey Folk, it's for a different 2-drop. It would be for Tide Turner. I really like Tide Turner. Treasure Hunter, Traveling Merchant, Tide Turner, Hide Tide Turner, you know, move Vex to a battlefield, yada yada. So, basically we're just running into issues where like I'm trying to be teched with Gusts and stuff, and we're trying to fit lots of stuff in. Yeah, that is a cool play with Starspring. It's good with this too. So, maybe we play 1 Grim Resolve. We bring Nidalee in. I kind of want to play without Vex for now. Like, I want to try other cards. With Vex, I know what I get. Tide Turner is card staple. Well, according to chat, there's about 77 cards that are staple. You see the issue here? I agree. Tide Turner's great. There's only so many bloody cards I can play in the deck. And we're starting with Gusts, right? Yeah, okay. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, just play Gust in Sideboard. Gust in Sideboard? Nah, bro. Just win game 1. Let's take the Grim Resolve out still and just put the Nidalees in as like an extra combat trick and card draw. It should kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm down to give it a spin. I'm down to give it a go. We're losing a lot today. I will say yesterday we didn't lose much. And I will also say, I think most of the losses have been user error. But I like it. See the issue, not playing 77 card deck. Ah, no, Admiral, what am I thinking? I'm a noob. Well, actually, I'm a noob. I like how bad I am at this game, though. Like, I like that I am not actually very good at this game. It's like, I got roasted. So I got roasted. I played on stream in Bologna. And I got roasted by LS on Twitter. He was like, this guy's running down the clock. He's cheating his opponent out of the game. When, bro, I literally lost on time to flipping overtime, sneaky deckhand. I'm turn 0. And basically the play that LS was roasting me for is because I just made a misplay. I'm like, bro, I'm just not very good. I just made a misplay. What do you want from me? He's like, there's no reasonable reason that he should be calculating this again. Yeah, well, what if I miscalculated, bro? Did you ever consider that? And as you see from the stream, I definitely miscalculate. It's like, yeah, maybe I'm just not that good. Yeah, okay, I'm 8-1. I'm playing well, all right? Leave me alone. Is it Gust, maybe? I don't know. I think it's not Gust. Oh, for God's sake. Hallelujah. 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 I love Sabotage. Bam. Oops, not counter. Create token. I hope you guys like gold. Gold. Always believe in yourself. You're indestructible. I got no points. No, I got 2 points. I haven't actually played against a non-Misfortune Aurora just yet. It's possible we were supposed to sabotage in case they sabotage our sabotage here, right? I guess maybe I was supposed to sabotage already. Please don't sabotage my sabotage. Bam, bam. 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 Show me your hand, boy. Oh no, not the Defy. Whatever am I going to do about a Defy, guys? Bam. Unstoppable. Yeah. Put that at the bottom of your deck, boy. Bam. I want another one. Excuse me. I'm getting a bit too excited here, aren't I? I'll reel it in a bit, lads. Please don't draw. Please don't draw. Please don't draw Aurora. Please don't draw Aurora. Please don't draw Aurora. Please don't draw. Please don't draw. Please don't draw Aurora. Yay! I mean, this guy is good, to be fair. It's a strong card. Challenge. Yi versus Traveling Merchant. I mean, we know they have discipline, so... Okay, I let it happen. But I'm not happy about it. Challenge. Be careful now, boy. Be careful now, boy. Trade. Is there any reason to take the trade? A D-ramp 1? I mean, is there any reason not to do it? I'm trying to think. On guard. Oh yeah, it's also not. That's also very true. Ooh, punch first. Hooray! I like punch first. Bam! That would be a pretty good reason not to do it. The fact that I literally can't. This is a misplay? Huh? He could use car. He could what? I have car 6. I think they rage quit, guys. Somebody couldn't handle their Aurora getting sabotaged. We're giving them a wave. Cheerio. That's a rage quit, guys. Oh, he's 8 defending. Oh, yeah, that's true. It is a rage quit, though, right? Yeah. I never forget about Master Yi, guys. They've rage quit, right? They did just rage quit, even though it's also an 8. I guess maybe they forgot 2. Yeah, I traded. Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted to do, guys. It's part of my master plan. Well, that was fun. Get sabotaged. Son! I just did it with so much confidence that they also forgot that it was a trade. This battlefield we haven't played today. Ooh, Vi. I really like Vi. I played a lot of games with Vi. Am I going first? I don't flipping know. I have no idea who's going first here. Well, they're going first. The Hillock. Punch first in opening hand is a wee bit greedy. We've been playing with Fizz. Wait, I'm going first? Okay, I didn't realise that, but that works. I thought they were going first. They'd let me go first, I guess. Interesting. Soaring Scout. I wasn't playing this in my deck. I'm still not that sure on this card, I've got to say. Quite like the look of this, because I would like first mate in this position. Nidalee's quite tasty, right? Is it that good? Not sure. Let's move in. Take a gold. I'm going to gust their guy. I guess I just develop, honestly. Am I French? Ah ouais. Je suis en pomme de terre. Oh, now I can only gust it. Giga Gust. Huh? I'm English, sadly. Harry Kane fam. It's their prio. I'm assuming they're going to pass. Okay. I gust you, bro. Serrated Dirk is not a card I've seen before, if I'm honest. Blood Rush. That'll do it. I really don't know about this card. I gotta say. Huh? Oh, yeah, they had the overkill. That works. I really don't know about this one. I'm a bit unconvinced. Out of all the cards in the deck, I think it's the worst one. He definitely can. It's action speed. He's chilling. Oh, wait, he can't. Oh, yeah. Chat! Bro, I'm getting cooked. Carried by the chat. Carried by the chat. This guy gets carried by the chat. I need to fix up, man. This is why we're playing. Gotta get better. Gonna tilt and leave. That's fine. I can just take my gust back. I guess we just go next. It's action, but we're in showdown. GG, buddy. Respect. I messed up. He beat me fair and square. I would explain it if I was off stream. I kind of explained it. We want to play games, not debate rules. I'm going first. Bam. Leona. This card's been really underperforming today so far. I don't mind having an early look at their hand. Getting rid of 2 punch first is a bit brutal, but we do play 3. Deck is not quite feeling spot on today, I've got to say. Something about it is feeling significantly worse than yesterday. No, I played a Gust and they reacted with an action speed card and I was like, yeah, bro, that's great. I don't like this card already. I don't know, man. I feel like we're just making the deck worse the more we fiddle with it. To be honest. Give me Tide Turners, bro. The more we fiddle with the deck, the less I like it. But that's what fiddling with the deck is for, right? That's what it's all about. Yeah, chat told me it's a staple. We're giving it a try. I don't really know that I like it either. Not so fast. Yumi, Guardian Angel, Defy. No stuns. Yumi. I wouldn't mind a second purple card 6, I gotta say. I think that's actually something I could get behind. This card's overperforming, I would say. So the problem for us here is like, I can only really score 1 point per turn now, which is probably fine for a bit. We just need to like develop a decent board first, and then we can start worrying about everything else. Let's just go for the first mate for some draw. Discard this jank. Score a point. Pass. You mean Galileo combo is pretty cool. Yeah, seems cool. I'm going to go all the way to 67 XP and see if he laughs. Oh! Perfect! Do you think they're going to laugh? I think it's unlikely. Okay. I go to 0. At least I laugh at myself. Bouncing Yumi's kind of cute. Void Assault the big guy away. It's like, you know what we're missing? The combat trick. XP combat trick. Just need some extra juice in the deck. Let's pop this. Gain an XP. I'm not sure I'm interested in either of them, frankly. I mean, this card's really good, to be fair. It's just a bit at this point. Are we just going to do like another setup turn? Honestly, maybe. What would I even discard? If I discard Void Assault, can I basically dump the hand at this point? 5, 6, I could. No, because then I'm still drawing. I don't want to dump the Void Assault, really. I could move the big guy back. Gust. Yeah, we just try this, right? Hey, Rashid. When we get an online client, sign me up. I mean, this is going to be 3. We can probably just gun for this thing, right? Unfortunately, we don't have enough for the Karsic, so I'm not giving myself much. We know what's in hand, though, from the Investigator, and I honestly can't remember. I'm terrible at it. My gut feeling is we're supposed to Void Assault this away, and then this is just a 3. We get 4 very easily. Oh, it has deflect. The more you know. Okay, we kind of knew that was there, right? I think we did know that was there, mate. You can see the Karsic's problem is draw. What we've not been doing well enough is drawing for our traveling merchant. Not well enough at all. Bloody Nora. We don't have any good way here of scoring points either, like with a hold or anything like this. So we've just got to try and build them apart brick by brick. Get an XP. I don't like this card. Let's not forget, guys, we're playing with the pre-sideboarded version, but yeah, something's definitely gone wrong with the deck recently. It's been getting worse and worse. The more cards we've added, the worse the deck's got, I would say. Like the Nidalee, everything we're testing is making the deck feel more jank. We need more combat tricks, for sure. That is what the deck's missing. This is Gonzo, right? This card's rubbish. Sabotage. They have GA, we know that for sure. Yeah, Set Brawler definitely could be good. And they've got Nami. Fair enough. Gust is a tech card. It's a pre-sideboard decision to not just lose round 1 to LeBlanc. We're just like thinking ahead. We're not just focused on our own deck. We're trying to focus on what's actually the correct meta call, right? They don't have anything with Accelerate I'm particularly worried about. We know the stats they have there. Let's just play it like this. P-Car? What's P-Car? Pecan D's, mate? Is that what you're going for? Huh? Okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, chat, right? I'm not wrong on this. Right? I've been wrong a few times today, but the defend, like, your guy gets moved away. Yeah, but I don't deal damage back. But I'm just stunned. I still have 3 might here. They don't win the combat. As far as I'm aware, right? Nope, I'm just dumb. GG. See? I'm just dumb. It is what it is. Getting a lot wrong today. But we're learning. This card's terrible. Who told me to put this card in my deck? We don't know what it is, right? Yeah, my unit did die. That's why I was thinking though, right? But my unit does in fact die. Because it's 3 versus 3. I'm just derping. This card's terrible, bro. Did I mention that already? Let's go 4. Pass prio. Hidden Blade on their own guy, sure. So I could react with Nidalee to draw if I want to. Do I want to? Sure. But it's not even drawing me a card because of Traveling Merchant move. It's rubbish. It does nothing. We're gaining XP. We could snipe the hand or play Vex. I paid 4? Okay. Yeah, it costs 3, thanks. Yeah, I mean 3 is pretty reasonable for the card. That's why I'm tempted. Like 3 is actually reasonable. 3 is not that much. Kind of hard to argue with that, honestly. We're just not dumping our hand though, right? It's like like the Traveling Merchant is just ready to draw for us here. This game is not going so well. Just getting absolutely Leonid by the Galeo Mountain, mate. I think this is the game we mulliganed our punch first, right? Here's my sideboard currently of like cards we're looking at. Set, Tide Turner. I think Investigate is a main deck card. I think the card's crazy. It's not even that good against Aurora because you don't have a XP generation very easily against Aurora. Investigate is a very, very good card, in my opinion, in its own right. It works nicely with Sabotage as well. You can just like look at the hand and decide if you want to Sabotage first. Card's just good. I like the card a lot. I think it's like one of the best cards in the deck. I'm glad that we're having a struggle day though. Just shows I need to work a bit harder. That's a good thing. I like it. I like that it's difficult. That's what I need in my life. That's like the beauty of card games, right? Like when there's a game where you're like, I'm not good enough, and you want to improve and improve and improve. That's like what card games. Bro, why is this thing ready exactly? Oh, because of this. But yeah, it can't even move. You can play them there though. That's fine. No, it was still technically in the combat. It was a bit sloppy, right? After Hidden Blade went through, but it's still, the combat's still ongoing. It still is a combat, right? Like their card was dead, but it was still a combat showdown. And the showdown hadn't actually finished. At least that would be my understanding of it. I've been wrong before in this very stream, I'll have you know. Probably this thing. Draw finally from the... No! Did I get my whole point? No. Is it time to go in on a whim? This is about to enter flipping ready, fam. But we've got a Vex at the battlefield. We've got 2 Vexes at the battlefield. How about that, sunshine? And we've got gold. Always believe in yourself. Do I need 2 Vex at the battlefield? Yeah. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. This game is just tragic, though. Like, we can't be losing to this strategy, mate. This is the deadest strategy I might have ever lost to in my life. I think this is why Nidalee is not a card I really rate, to be honest. Because there's going to be matchups like this where you just can't win a combat for a while. And rather than having a card that's like, if you win a combat, draw, just play a card which, like, I don't know, helps you win a combat. You know? I don't know. I'm underwhelmed by him. Is Kaiser or Nidalee better? Definitely Kaiser, and it's not close. Kaiser's condition is so much easier to meet because you just conquer, which includes an empty battlefield. Nidalee requires combat. But It is true that Nidalee is comparable to Kaiser, which means it is a very interesting card. We shouldn't be writing it off. We're just struggling to get the deck to feel like it was feeling yesterday. The draw is the issue, to be fair, and just like, if we're relying on travelling merchants and this, then I don't know. It is a weird one. It is a weird one. Rengar? Yeah, that would make sense to me. I still think this card could be good, but I don't know. To be fair, it's not really Nidalee's fault that I'm moulding in this one, right? We've got a battlefield we've done nothing with. We missed turn 1, which really hurt us in this game. And we got like double defied, right? Okay, deflect. So this is stunned. Hidden Blade on the Vex. They have 5. I also have 5 right now. I have 6. Can they kill both? Okay, and I have 5. They have 5. 5/5. This comes in ready, but it costs 6. They only have 5 up. Is there anything with Accelerate? Like basically the question is, am I supposed to play car 6? Thanks, I run them. Am I supposed to play car 6 here? I mean, it's like, why not, right? We don't really have much else to do this turn, so... Okay, this just gets pushed back. Sure. They're nervous! Sabotage! That can't be bad. No! Say it ain't so. Huh? Feyfolk. Okay, so they have nothing. So we can maths it out, lads. Might take me a while. I'm a bit dense. I'm a bit dense, chap. So we could move Nidalee in and like the Yuumi, for example. Moving the Yuumi seems like the most obvious play by far. The question is do we want the Nidalee for draw? Probably. Nidalee might... Or also we could go Feyfolk, move this in. But we could just bring Nidalee and draw quite a lot. Honestly, Nidalee might be about to pop off after I slagged him off all this time. But we move him in, right, with the Void Assault. I think that's... Wait, is that the play? I mean, we could move something away with the Void Assault. So maybe we just move Nidalee in, right? Feyfolk. Bring Yuumi over here. This gets +2, and we go to 6 XP. Not that we can do much with it. We draw for Nidalee. Nidalee's popping off on main stage. Can't do anything with this. They got 2 tankers, right? How do we deal with the tankers, guys? That's the question. 7-7, they pump 2 in. They can go to, we basically need to get to 9 to begin with. But also what we would like to do is try and just like disrupt as much as possible here all at once, right? Like remove as many things as possible all at once. So ideally we get to 9 plus 7. We get to 16. 3, 6, 8, 11, 12. We can't flipping do that, mate. The Nidalee's looking questionable already. We could, with Void Assault, move something else over here. But what we can do is we can go and just take out 1 Galeo. Which the problem is we're giving them fortified position multiple times, right? I forgot point from hold. Okay, thanks. That is very true. Because we also have to think about winning the damn next turn, right? So we'd like to kill as many things as possible. 4, 5, 7, 10. 10 takes out a Galeo, right? Galeo goes to 7, goes to 9. So I don't even need the Treasure Hunter to join the fun. Or I could send the Treasure Hunter. We might want this moved still. I think it's like this. Four, 6, 9. Discard draw. Nice. Wait, they only have 5, right? Of damage back. Okay, I hadn't actually counted on that dynamic with the Galeo. Stack deck drawn off the top. Ooh! Oh no! I go to 11 on the car 6. They're at 9. They're at 13, 15. No, it's friendly. So it's 7, 10, 12, 14. Basically, like, I think the problem is that I'm going to lose next turn anyway after all this. So I have to take punch first. I don't think Void Assault is enough. But it kind of feels like it might be better. But I think I'm just losing next turn with it. So maybe I'm just losing anyway. I can't lose next turn. I definitely can. They have this. Comes in ready, mate. He's going to go to 6 and has this. So Void Assault. Maybe move like Nami here. The big guy here. I think off vibes, that should be the play. We move Nami here, the big guy here. He stays only at 6. We pump him up to 11. We could get him to 12 with a buff. 7, 9, 11. So we go car 6 to buff him. So he's at 7 total. We're just going to play everything preemptively. 12. Then we go Void Assault. Hey, Bobby. Specimen on Twitch. Yeah, Riftbound has lots of things you can play in response. Kind of the whole play pattern of the game is stuff like this. We know what's in our opponent's hand, though. I can't remember what it is, but it's it's not a threat. So we're at 12 total. I'm not sure which resolves first. I think this resolves first, right? So it's +5 from punch first. Three +8. We kind of cooked. It took us a while. It's not over yet. Nidalee might have, but I'm not alone. We had it earlier in other showdown. It's +2 for turn. This card's quite cracked. See what I mean about the XP though? You can end up with an awful lot. Bam! Win a combat. Now we do this one. Bam! Wait, no. We already scored this one. But we do draw, and we do gain an XP! Bro! Okay, now we just have to not derp. Right? When I attack, stun an enemy unit here. Okay. And stunned units here have -8 to a minimum of 1. No! But they can't stun 2 things. So we just move this here. And this here. Pass! Hallelujah! 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 They said to throw in the towel. They said he should give up. They said he's terrible at the game. And they were right. Honestly. But there's fight in the old dog yet. We do draw from Nidalee. We want a combat. Top deck was real. True. Very true. But we played to our outs. Nidalee, after all this slate, he received so many shots. Left, right, centre, up, down, backwards. Did Nidalee just win us the flipping game? Also, guys, I am actually filming my Riftbound podcast in like 1 hour into the Rift. If you're not already following. I think it's the biggest Riftbound podcast in the world. Maybe. It's certainly up there. We're filming in like 1 hour. And why would I reveal my hand? Well, they basically said that GG unlucky. GG. Bam! They basically said that they couldn't beat us. I'm going to run to Lou. What budget decks, guys, are catching your eye this set? We'll play one more game and then we'll start looking at all the budget decks because I need to prep for the pod. And I think that... Oh my god, come back to Lou with the sub 11 minutes ago. My G. PC game or phone? How about paper? I am... We're on to Lou. Let me know what budget decks you think we should be covering in the podcast episode. We can take a look at budget decks. Be right back. Oh, thanks. Like, we kind of need some more combat tricks, but the thing is, you know, like Grim Resolve, it's like, oh, it gives you XP. You see how much XP we had at the end of this game that we just didn't use? So maybe Nidalee's just solid. I think this deck should be pretty cheap, right? I think the only expensive card probably in this is the Vex, which... Let's try Forbidden Waves. We haven't played it yet. Like, I can't imagine it stays that expensive. Card 6 Mirror, yay. Who's going first? They choose, they go first. Fair enough. I think we just get rid of both Sabotages, they deramp. I'm always a big believer in the double mulligan. If you guys want coaching, by the way, I'm available for coaching, especially for like deck building side of stuff. If you're going to like deck building for best ofs. Mobilize. Don't quite know why I have 2 runes available already, and yeah, not sure what's happening here. Bro is playing Aurora card 6. We are not the same, man. We are not the same. I thought we were buddies. I thought we were pals. I mulliganed my flipping 2 Sabotage. They fooled me. So I take my stack deck because I want another one. I want my Sabotage back, guys. Please. They misled me, bruv. I didn't think it was Aurora. And now I'm going to suffer the consequences of my foolishness. So sad. I feel like we're just losing, to be honest. No Sabotage. The gods answered my call. BAM! Show me your 1 single Aurora, not 2 Aurora. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to pick the Sabotage, actually. Great gameplay. No, this is very, very good gameplay. I like the part where I played the Sabotage and then he had the Aurora and then he lost because I had the Sabotage, but if I didn't have the Sabotage, I would have lost. Very good gameplay. Very, very healthy. It's very good for the game. Yeah. All right, last game. That one didn't count. And then we're like sorting out the budget deck builds for the pod with your guys' help. Bam. We're going first. Hand's kind of good. I don't know how good Vex really is. I'm a big fan of the double mulligan. Not sure if you guys were aware of that. I really do like a double mulligan. Let's go for it. I will post. We'll play more classics on stream tomorrow. I'm not settled on the deck. We'll definitely play more on stream tomorrow and try and get like the final list. Also, guys, this is like a very unique moment in my life because right now my girlfriend ordered pizza and I'm not partaking in the pizza. That would never happen usually. Hope you guys are proud of me. I am on a diet, 1 week strong. Didn't diet since I moved to Germany and it's just been doner kebab after doner kebab with also a little bit of doner kebab in between. And honestly, I have no regrets. Actually, I do. Nah, not really. I've enjoyed it. Definitely need to... I'm going to be 30 soon. 30, and I've already got a gut. The gut has to go. It's not going to get any smaller otherwise. You know? Defy. Fair enough. Okay. Ooh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just a shame that I don't have more units developed. Let's pop the scurriers. Let's be real gamers and use an XP token. Scurry, scurry, scurry. Ooh! Another one. Oh, this is going to get +2, but I move it in and then it's defender. It's kind of nice. I don't mind both. I guess I don't mind both. So much orange power suddenly. When did all the orange power enter our deck, bro? This is predict 2. I can draw 1. I could bottom deck them both. The thing is they both seem pretty good, but neither really helps my hand right now. But I guess that's slightly better. To be honest, Nidalee costing only 3 is quite cracked. It has to be said, that is quite nuts. That is not a lot of cost. Chat, you misled me. Chat misled me, I fell for it. They so are. I don't even draw. I don't know, man. This Fae Folk, bro, is kind of whack. Right, we have to fix the deck. I'm not going to lie, guys. The deck has just got worse. That was a rage quit. The deck has just got worse and worse and worse. There's only one thing to do here. Delete the deck and start again. It is how I operate. There's something not right. The deck's just got worse the more we played. Right? The more we played, the worse the deck got. Something's not right. So, let's regroup. We can still play one more and then we do 30 minutes on budget decks. I have time. 30 minutes should be enough. I kind of know what's what already. You cut Faither. I'm not sold on it. I've got to say, I'm not sold on it. I honestly almost missed the route. So, what are we always, this is how I build my decks, chat. What are we always 100% playing? Sabotage. Gust, I think. I think these two. Like, tech, sure. Stack deck. We're playing Punch First ×3. We're playing this card, Scryer's Bloom. 100% all of this. We're playing the Treasure Hunter. We're playing Tide Turner. This is a card that I like. This is quite a good card. We're playing, I say Tide Turner, I've added Tide Turner on already. Tide Turner's not been in the previous list, but it is a card I like. But Traveling Merchant and Treasure Hunter. I think the play was to attack the Pora battlefield, move a token in and punch first. Sure. Whatever our play was never going to be that good though. Void Assault's obviously in the deck. It feels a bit wrong not to be playing Fizz. A big problem I've got with this deck, if I'm honest. So let me be real with you for a second. The thing that I really liked about Kha'Zix was that I could naturally play XP without really having to play any XP cards. Yeah, Kha'Zix purple, first mate. Like the deck kind of builds itself for like a big proportion of it. It shouldn't actually be that difficult to optimize, right? Like all of this is just locked in. It kind of builds itself up to this point. The problem that we've got is honestly, one of the biggest selling points of this deck was that I just beat Aurora without having to try because of the Investigator, right? Discarding the Aurora. However, our logic is extremely flawed. It's proven to be extremely flawed. Because that's fake news. This card has to be in the deck. And we have to have a natural XP generation so we discard Aurora every time we play this, if we want to. The problem is, the only good XP generation requires combat. That is now the issue with this deck, and why I have stopped believing in the deck a little bit overall. Because no longer do we just naturally counter Aurora without having to even try. We now actually have to go out of our way a little bit to get some XP to... It's Blood Rose, but... Like, okay, let's say we play Blood Rose. Humour me, right? Humour me. Yeah, Mr. Root is fine. That's the problem though, right? Hunt. Look, so here's the XP generation. Realistically, here's the thing. What I actually want from these XP cards is I don't want much XP. We don't have any good way of spending XP, right? Most of these XP cards are balanced around, the ones that gain you XP, are balanced around the fact that it's easy to spend XP. You can spend XP and all your other stuff. No, we really flipping can't, mate. I can use my legend once a turn to spend 1 XP, and I have very little else to spend XP on. I have Insightful Investigator, and that's it. Now, what is good about this deck is that's fine. I don't need to spend XP on stuff. It's perfect. Until, here's the problem. I need 2 XP against against Aurora. Hear me out, guys. I need 2 XP against Aurora before Aurora comes down, which means I need non-combat XP generation that gets me 2 XP. You see the problem, right? What are the good XP cards? Grim Resolve, win a combat. Kha'Zix Legend, win a combat. Kha'Zix Mutating Horror, in a combat. That's the problem we have here. That's why the deck has started to feel jank. Because I now no longer have a natural way of beating Aurora without having to actually go a little bit out of my way. Because I already play this card. This card's good, but it's 1 XP. So I would need 2 of these to have been popped by the time my opponent's coming in. Blood Rose is the card we were looking at. I had it in the deck. It felt jank, right? I said, I'm going to cut it immediately, right? So, Blood Rose, you can spend XP. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool card. Let's just think about, like, at what point am I actually going to play this against Aurora to gain enough XP, right? So, let's say I'm going second. Turn 1, they go Mobilize. Turn 2, they're at 5 runes. So, turn 4, they can get Aurora down, right? Turn 4, they can get Aurora down. When am I playing Blood Rose? Well, if I play it on turn 1, I can never get the XP from it, right? Not possible. So I don't really play on turn 1. Maybe I do to like save something for later. But I'd rather play like a stack deck, like a Bloom, hold Gust up or something. Maybe not against Aurora, but hold Gust, right? But like, okay, so let's say I play on turn 2. I'm at 5 runes. I play a 2-drop and I pay 1 and it's getting me 1 XP. I don't want a card like this in my deck. That's the issue. The issue is I don't want a card like this in my deck. Even if this is the best option, right? I don't want this jank in my deck. Right? I don't want it. So what are the other options? And basically, it comes back to this guy. He's like actually fine. But it's so meh. I don't want this card in my deck either. But, yeah. I don't want this guy in my deck either. Like, the thing is we just have too much... Like, the problem with Mr. Root is now I'm just going to have too much XP, not enough to spend it on, right? So it's like, Mr. Root gives me too much XP with not enough to spend it on. Blood Rose gives me... It doesn't really give me XP, does it? But it does give me a way of spending XP. Like, the Blood Rose is honestly okay. But all of the hunt cards are bad. This card's bad. I don't want to play this card in my deck. I really don't. Maybe I want this. Like, maybe this is okay. But maybe it is just Blood Rose. But after we played a couple games with it, I was like, I hate this card, it's jank. I don't really want it to be Blood Rose, but maybe it just has to be. But again, it's like, okay, how many copies do I really play? 2? Yeah, it could be good. We might have to just give it more of a go. If we're going Blood Rose, we have to stick with Nidalee, right? We have to stick with Nidalee. I'm really not convinced by Fey Folk, honestly. I am worried about the amount of power costs we have. Honestly, 3 is a lot. He could be a good 2 of, right? I mean, honestly, it's hard to argue against him as a 1 of. I think that's fair. Like, surely this card is at least a 1 of, right? If not 2. I think that's actually a reasonable take. Now, I would like to play Tide Turner in this deck. We've been playing the Fey Folk. I've got to say, I'm unconvinced. I will say, you know what I am convinced by? At least 1. 3 feels like a lot. I'm down to play at least 1. I'm also down to always play 2 Tide Turners. With Treasure Hunter and Traveling Merchant and like the style of deck we play, it just can't be a bad option. Now, what else are we missing from the deck that we had here? Gust, Sabotage. Set's interesting. Vex. Vex is just busted, bro. Like, she's just too good not to play. She doesn't really have that much synergy, but it's just silly not to play her. Card's just busted. So, I think I would want 2 Nidalees. Also, like, Fizz just feels like a card we should be on. Like, at least 1 copy of, right? It's also good into, like, replaying the Sabotage. So Fizz is just a good option, honestly. So we end up with, like, something like this, which is very similar. But I just don't want this card in my deck. I think that's basically the problem that I've arrived at. It's like, against Aurora, we have this card, but I can't actually make use of it against Aurora because I don't have combat, which makes me not want to play the good XP generation card, which is this one. Like, when I thought this card just said, get a Renly plus 3 might and gain 2 XP, all was good in the world. I was like, right, I just play 3 Grim Resolves. I've got, that's my 2 XP generation. It's a good card. Now I'm looking at this. This is so jank, right? We just don't have the draw to support a card like this, sadly. Especially not when we're trying to shoehorn Gusts in. But maybe that's the issue. Nah. This card is so good in every matchup, though. Like, this card is just outstanding. We have, like, this is the best XP spender in the game. The only problem with this card is against Aurora, it's hard to get the XP, right? Unless we just play, like, the jank 2-drop of Death. Which, honestly, we could just go back to the jank 2-drop of Death. Ride the Wind could be nice, yeah. Yeah, Fizz Starcrossed is tasty, but I don't really think it's correct for this deck. Could be. No, this card, I mean, yes, I want it for Aurora. Like, I definitely do want it for Aurora, but it's also just a really good card. I just think it's a brilliant card. It's 3 for 3, look at your opponent's hand. Then you may pay 2 XP to discard a card and they draw one. This is extremely good. And we often have XP spare. That's the thing. I kind of just want to try no Fey Folk. I don't know. I do quite like it, though. I want to play one more game, but we really need to build budget decks. So, let's go no Fizz, 1 Tide Turner, Let's just try that. So what did we even do? We basically reduced the Fey Folk for, what's it called? Rose? But yeah, maybe honestly, I don't want to play the Rose. I think it's just Fizz, right? Fizz for extra sabotage. I think that's actually just the better bet. And then maybe on sideboard, you can play the Mr. Route, right? I think that's it. It's just Fizz. Fizz is just a generically good card. It's not total jank. I like Tide Turner a lot. Honestly, I would like to play 3 copies. I really would. Let's go down to 2 Gust. Deck is not legal. I would just play a 3rd Gust on side. 2 Gust is already quite a commitment. This is the last game, and then we're going to build some things. Fey Folk's insane. Maybe. It's a weird old card. I think I would always want 1. We're on 0 right now. I just think Tide Turner's kind of insane in this deck. Fey Folk is good. Don't run Eve. What's Eve? What's Eve? The thing is that's important to recognize, guys, is in set 3 now, we've got the biggest card pool we've ever had in Riftbound, which means that the decks are tighter than ever, right? So it's not easy to just be like, yo, just add this in. The Insightful Investigator is still nice as well in this matchup, like even if we don't have the XP. So we have Baby Root on sideboard. Basically, this card in game 1 against Aurora is just checking if they have the Aurora. Yeah, Titan is so good, man. And we play Treasure Hunter and such. So like here, look, we just have a little peek. We can't, obviously, we don't have the XP to discard anything. But we still get all the knowledge in the world. Like, just this alone is just good, right? LOL. LOL in the chat. Evelyn? Yeah, I don't play Evelyn. Is LOL in the chat rude, guys? I think it's just true, though. It is LOL. You just can't argue with that. It is LOL, mate. All right. Go stack deck. Ooh, Tide Turner. I like Tide Turner. I like stack deck more though. Because we're looking for sabotage. Ooh, Tide Turner. I like Tide Turner. We're digging for the guys. So this is what we're like. Imagine we played Blood Rose in this deck, right? We could have played Blood Rose and had 1 XP by now. Yeah, playing Misfortune. It's kind of troll. Not gonna lie. It's not that wise, I think. I think I would lean towards discarding Vex or Nidalee here. I think Nidalee, honestly. We draw for a Seat of Power. Should have like looked first and then decided on my line. Honestly, probably I shouldn't have played this here, to be honest. Yeah, this is a mistake, right? That's what it is. Because I actually might be able to get the 2 XP now. Yeah, they have Aurora in hand, sure enough. So this was definitely a misplay. I mean, it's almost impossible for us not to draw Sabotage. Still, to be honest. I guess they've got a dragon already in the discard here. Yeah. But they don't want a D-ramp by equipping. So yours, buddy. I think this Insightful Investigator play was a mistake here, but live and learn. You get 1 XP. Sabotage. We'll just take the Fizz, right? Bottom this, take the Fizz, because Fizz is a stack deck if we need it. We knew a lot of what was in their hand. It does include a challenge, right? I very much don't mind playing Punch first. Discard draw. Just offer the trade, whatever. I think I maybe messed this up. I should have buffed one of these guys that was a bit silly. Never mind. They never actually take the flipping challenge here. Okay, they had a gust. Yeah, sure. Do I want to punch first, or do I not even care? Like, honestly, the most important thing is just that I find the damn... I think I don't care, honestly. I could car 6. I just don't think I care. Let's move in with these guys. We just need to discard the damn Aurora, mate. Gain another XP. Go to 4. So if I was to go, like, Traveling Merchant... Yeah, I have enough for this. 2. I guess I go here with the Merchant. 2 more. Swap these. What do we discard? Probably Void Assault. Draw. There's the Sabotage. We take the Aurora, of course. There you go. First mate ready. Traveling Merchant. Discard Punch first draw. Score. Draw for Seat of Power. Pass. As long as I don't top deck another one, we're good. Ah! Okay, bro. I just got outplayed, chat. That's all there is to it, mate. You go through all this work to outmaneuver the Aurora, outplay them, you know. Get ricked, nerd. Get flipping ricked. We kind of need like a first mate or something. Yeah. Get rid of the bullet time, maybe. Oops. We could technically still win from here. Yeah, not really with the challenge. Probably I should have retreated. Skill diff? Mm-hmm. For sure. The third elder might not be hit, right? Because Mind Splitter might be in the deck. That's not how I would play the deck. But, yeah. The thing is, they have challenge in hand, so this line I took with the Titanic was never winning. It does force the challenge, in fairness. We're also playing to 9, so... Bro's just got like 100 flipping units in the deck, but still hit the dragon off the top. Crazy. I'm not sure there's all that much I can do, is there? Regrettably. Can try and take out the Baron Nashor, but it's not going to help us much, is it? With the Elder Dragon in town, the Misfortune, Ganker. GG. Spend our 2 XP. Look at the hand. They got nothing left in hand, but... It's just over. I said GG skill diff. Lol. Alright, let's put these budget decks, chat. So, budget deck time. I'm filming the pod in 20 minutes, chat. I need your help. Into Rift Podcast. I need your help, guys. Otherwise, Alex will be sad at me. Because I didn't build the budget decks I said I would. What are the best budget decks in Riftbound Set 3? Well, this deck should be cheap, right? You take out the Vex. We could just take out the Vex. This deck's going to be cheap. This is a good cheap one, right? What do we replace Vex with? Set. Set can come in at least 1 copy. Titana times 2. Definitely get the Blood Rose out of here. We don't talk about the Blood Rose. Fizz. Fizz is pretty budget. Ooh, comes in champion deck. That's a nice shout. 2 Fizz probably. Oh, Vex is pretty budget because it's... Oh, Vex is in the... Ooh. Okay, nice. That's good to know. Oops, my emails are showing. That's not ideal, is it? Oopsie daisy. That's a new one. Oh! Guys, don't judge me, okay? Guys, don't judge me. Don't tell anybody about what you saw here today. Vex is cheap. That's interesting. 8. Ooh, damn. Okay, we can keep Vex in the deck. Bro. The game is cheap over in Britain. Well, I'm actually in Germany. Over in Europe, I mean. I think Italy's a nice one-of. And then in terms of battlefields, American market still fudged. Sad. The battlefields, we don't have a sideboard with this one yet. I guess we can sort the sideboard, right? But just like Fae folks, we're still like undecided on how good they are. I think like 2 is probably the right amount. I I just love the gold generation off the Tide Turner mostly, bro. Crazy. Set is good on the side. What's the other starter deck? You can play Akshan just to be safe, right? Oh, Vi? Okay, I should have... problem with Vi is you really need Kaiser in that deck, man. That's a sad thing. I think it's Mr. Root. Set's not budget? Oh, really? Really? Brawler. He's kind of cheap. I know what you mean, though. I'm fine with that. I think it's fine. And then the battlefields. Honestly, I think, I'm not going to lie, I probably just pump Nocturne into this deck, guys. When you're not looking, when you're off stream, when I'm playing this deck at my locals, I'm going to be jamming Nocturne in, so you guys can't judge me. Candlelit should be really good in this deck as a consistency tool. We can just put like new battlefields in because it's nice to talk about. Star Spring. Forbidding Waste is cool. And to be fair, the Seat of Power was pretty good for us. Also, maybe we put like the Monastery in. And what was it? It was like this split. All right, there's one. Now, what we'll probably do for most of the decks is we will get decks that have done well in China. So let's go Rift Decks, the OP website. So what we do, we go to decks, tournament decks, filters, metagame, unleashed, and then we search by colors. Let's go red, purple. Probably there's not really any good red, purple. Maybe Annie could be cheap, right? First place, Annie 12. First place, Annie 128. Ooh. Okay, so what we do instead is we search by price. Not my first rodeo on the budget. Ooh, $11, bro. 67th place. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so Pike looks quite cheap, potentially. There's nothing good. Yeah, nothing good. 8, 16 players. No, that's not good. Top 8, Draven, 60. 25th, Pike. Top 16, Pike. Can I search Pike specifically? I kind of want to, like, get a Pike deck. I don't know if you can. Eh. Pike, maybe? Search by Pike. Search. Feels wrong to hit the follow button after that. Thanks, Orange. You love the 6-7 banter. Come on. It's great banter. 25th at 128. Does it play? It's not playing the discard stuff, though. I don't know. I want to show off a discard Pike. The question is, did you follow before or after the 6-7? If you say before, I don't believe you. 6-7. Can't help myself, can I? Honestly, if you were to unfollow, I would support it. 16 out of 47. Fourth. Okay, here we go. We go with this one. Fourth out of 128. It's like a $100 deck. Yeah, Bewitching Spirit. Bam. So I need to do it so it's good for Alex, and he doesn't have to like do it all himself. I think we do it grouped. Or do we do it horizontal? I think he wants it grouped. Alex is the MVP, bro, of this podcast. He just carries me every week. With all the production stuff. Alex is a hero, mate. What a lovely guy. All right. So I'm going to leave this open in a tab because I want to look at this while we're filming. So it's Kazakhs. Huh? Bro. YouTube? How the fuck you doing? Don't ask. Oh, this was not the right deck. That's why. This is the right deck. That explains it. Okay, so then I go filters. Is there maybe, like, is Annie cheap? Not really. $108. It's not terrible. $108 Annie deck. That's worth, that. I think like around the $100 mark is fine, right? Would you guys consider that budget? It's pushing it, isn't it? I think like $100 is just about reasonable. Barely, right? $108. Do we count that as, would you guys consider that budget? I'm not sure it's budget, but it's not budget. You know what I mean? I think we can just about sneak that in. Sub at 100, yeah. And it's like Annie for 100. All right. He wants the links, which is even easier for us. I doubt we're ever going to find a Draven deck at this amount, right? $11 Draven, bruv. $17 Draven that got top 8? You're kidding. I have to see this. Yeah, maybe in a flip-in sealed event. What the flip is that, bro? Huh? 26th, 17th. 3rd, 21 players. Top 8, top 8, 88, 32. Nah. Draven does not make the cut. Nobody's surprised there. All right, we need to be quick because I'm a bit behind. I got too addicted. Price. Looks like these colors aren't possible on a budget. Not even, like, honestly, even Vi. Are we in the right metagame though? No Vi? Where's Vi? Okay, because it says Draven. That makes more sense. I was a bit surprised by what I was seeing in front of my eyes there. Vi, top 8. Yeah, that works. This list isn't terrible, actually. Honestly, it's not perfect. Rek'Sai. Can we also do like filters minimum relevance? Thing is, if we minimum relevance 2-star. I'm guessing 3-star still shows up, right? Yeah, okay, nice. Top 4, not really a big enough event. Top 8, no, it's not big enough. Is there any 3-star events then? That is dirt cheap, to be fair. Rek'Sai, 16th out of 65 for that cheap. Consider me intrigued, to be fair. Doesn't look like there's anything really performing. Rek'Sai, $100. I think I'd rather show the cheap Rek'Sai. Like 15th? 30, yeah, okay. 20-player entry pack tournament. 300 Titans. I'm sold. It can't be bad. Then we go. That's not a color combination. Volibear Lucian, 18th. It's not bad, 31st. It's not great. 18th out of 64. 7th, $100. Oh, yeah. Rengar. Sorry if this is a bit dead content, chat. This is me getting prepped for the pod. I've always like worth doing on stream. If you guys have got any other ideas for decks, it's like a sneak peek of the pod tomorrow. Can quickly check if there's any on this page that really popped off. 3rd, also Rengar. Probably should be mentioning this one too. I think it's also like honestly most interesting to look at the new budget decks, because you can kind of like take the budget decks we've done from last season. It doesn't look like Lucian or Volibear have really popped off here. 31st for Volibear, I think might be the one that we could look at. Does it have dragons? It has dragons! Yeah. Whoops. I want to build dragons, bro. I actually want to play dragons. Sounds like so much fun. Can't be that bad, I think. Filters. Blue. We should also have looked at 2-star relevance ones, just in case there's any dirt cheap ones that did well. Nah, let's just stick to 3-star. Jin, Jin, Jin. Fifth Kaiser. $100 Kaiser isn't bad. I don't want to show that deck. I don't know. Looks jank. Okay, no of them. Then we got, that's not a color. Do these two. Price. Look for a good result. 6th, 128. I mean, that's not going to get topped, is it? Good luck finding a cheap. Oh, yeah, Kha'Zix could be good. I mean, we've got my Kha'Zix deck already, which is pretty cheap. So I don't think we need any of these. Just stick with my one. For that, should I put at least a little bit of work in? Any good results here? 12th of Ezreal. That's probably going to be the best bet, right? We could take the Diana one as well. $28th Diana. And then we've got to go yellow, green. Is that a color pairing? Apparently it is. Of course it is. It's Azir, guys. Oof. I mean, Leona? $100 Leona? Hell yeah. We're showing that. I almost lost to Leona earlier. You've got to put some respect on its name, you know? Doesn't look like we can cover Azir at this price point. No, we definitely can. Why is the price... Is that really the best Leona? Why is that? I'm confused. I guess I misclicked. $14th place Ivern for $40 is sick. What was the Leona deck that I even shared? 25th Azir. 12th place Azir. 9th place Azir is probably the one to go for, right? Here. Under Titan. What the... Eh? Why? Okay. Just playing it as a unit. Not sure about that, but... Just goes to show you how good Under Titan is in other decks that you could actually consider that. 7th place Azir is maybe better, right? What place was this other one we looked at? 9th? Yeah, not really. It is a bigger tournament, though. Let me see if the deck looks better. Kind of looks similar. We could try both. Chat, I feel like maybe this would be a good time to start doing this off stream. I don't know. This probably isn't the most entertaining. But I'm really enjoying Riftbound, and I'm looking forward to keep getting better as I get ready for the pod. Oops. 14th place Fiora sounds good. And Poppy. Kind of doubt Poppy's playable on a budget, to be honest. I think you've got to play Aurora to have much of a chance of Poppy. Yeah. That's not a color combination. Wait, it literally is. $20 Victor, bro. Crazy. I mean, yeah, you're not going to top that in that color combo, are you? Green, blue. Lilia, 45. Crazy. Orn's probably not too expensive. 23rd Orn sounds reasonable to share. Yeah, 23rd Orn. That's not a color combo. Yeah, I got one right. All right, thanks guys for hanging out. Is there anything I missed, you guys think? There's a Victor deck I saw that got third for $20. Nice one. Did you watch any Runes of Rift 20 games? I've never watched any. Should I? I made a Rengar build? Not yet, but I will. We're going to be back again tomorrow with another stream. We're streaming Riftbound every day at the moment and absolutely flipping loving it. Let's hope Spurs lose tonight. All right, guys, cross your fingers. Unless you're a Spurs fan. Then you probably won't do that. But I'm going to go film the podcast. If you guys are interested in Riftbound coaching, particularly if you're chasing best ofs, you can check the Metafy page or send me an email or a Discord message. At the moment, doing some Ivern coaching, doing some Jinx coaching. Hopefully, my guy's going to be winning best of Jinx this weekend. I think he's got a real good shot at it. Very excited to watch the Sydney event this weekend too. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, enjoying playing Riftbound, getting better. The game's a lot of fun. And yeah, time to film podcast and talk more Riftbound.